Well, that was weird. Hey, Timothy. For a second there, my stream, the the um the what was it? The stream was like, "Hey, man, uh, confirm that it's you, so that you can continue." And I went, "What?" So hopefully that didn't fuck with um the stream itself. That would be annoying. Did I read the title right, or am I going crazy? No, you probably read the title right. You're not the one who's going crazy. Don't worry. We're all going to go insane together. Yay! Hey, Draco Kraken. Do mine eyes deceive? Is today truly the Lord's wisdom? Yes. Yes, it is. And you will go mad with the insight that we are given. Oh, be joyously ready. Be happy in the amount of despair we are all about to receive. I hope it will be pleasing. Where are the boys? Where are my lads at? I'm glad the full table won't miss this. Hopefully, unless something has happened that I have not been made aware of. We're all gonna be here. We're all gonna have a good old bingo time. Mad or already prepared to receive the dark insight. That is true. Mad are. The mad shall inherit the earth. Oh, I'm I'm so worried for this. Just because we haven't cared, like, it's not really worried. It's more just like, um, the it's not worried. It's just dread, I guess, a buildup of dread. Joke is on Garibay. I'm already mad. True. There you go. Did someone already? Someone call for unexpected religion? True. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Table Talk, Discussion, and Discourse. I, as always, am your host, Alejo, aka Grandon95, and soon I shall be joined by the other two hosts. I promise you. Um, so be prepared. Um, we are going to be looking at some Garibay content today, but of course, as is the tradition now, we're going to make a game out of it. We're going to use bingo time, bingo baker. I have in the description put the link to the thing, and I will put it into the chat as well. So that everyone can get to the bingo card. Make sure to copy paste, because for some reason when you click that link it doesn't actually go through, so do copy paste it. Look, I already gave you the tools to answer your questions that give you dread and anxiety. I appreciate that. Yes, that is true. I should get that again, because I don't have it on this computer. Hold on. Give me a moment while I go and get that, because it should be a part of my Google Drive. should be something that's shared with me that I can just get. Recent. There we go. I guess not entirely recent. There it is. Download. You don't need to scan for viruses. Google. Yeah, download it anyway. It's fine. We're gonna be fine. Put it on my desktop because that's where it deserves to be. There we go. Yes, yes. Oh, it's unknown publisher. Ooh, oh God. There it is. And this should. There it is. What is our joyous teaching today? It is. You can find my answer in the doobly-doo. That's true. Thank you, Garrett 8ball. You truly are able to answer my questions and give me peace from my anxiety and my dread. Brace for impact. Indeed. Indeed. So, I guess I'll go over the bingo board with everybody. So, of course, we have our bingo board here. And I have printed out the call list so that I can have this handy to look at in case I forget things. Slash just to have. You'll notice that I've taken out doobly-doo. Doobly-doo is gone from the call list because we rarely ever get it. It's unfortunate, but we rarely get it. And of course, future alterations might happen, but let me just go over with you the call list itself if you're brand new. If you somehow find this in the future and you've never watched a Garibingo. Going from the beginning, most people play D&D wrong. I have a feeling that we're all going to be checking that one at some point during this this Garibingo. A complete non sequitur, which is he just goes off on a tangent that has nothing to do with the point that he is making. Parked. Probably should have put the little thing for how long it counts, but parked is usually he parks the car, or he stands in traffic, I guess, not stands, but sits still in traffic in his car for about 10 seconds, I think it was, that we had. Connect D&D with random things. He will quite literally do that, so self-explanatory. Being genuine garbage, he can absolutely do that at times. Genuine garbage is just a treat. Oh, it makes us very mad. Can't wait for that. D&D is more than a game. Obviously, D&D is transcendent of being just a role-playing game that we all like. Consume, very much the anti-consumer, just byproduct, you idiot viewpoint. Gygax, as in Gary Gygax, one of the creators of D&D, which is worshipped by our Lord here. D&D transhumanism, where D&D makes you, as a human being, transcendent above all other human beings, usually through becoming a DM. He might talk about that in this one, we'll see. Hypocrisy, he just is a hypocrite. Politics, just random politics, if he ever alludes to those. Impossible commitment asked, so, hey, you, just go buy a house to become a good DM. Stuff like that. Condescension, where he talks down to you, of course. Gatekeeper Garibay, where he's being gatekeepery for the hobby in whatever way, form. And not even just the hobby, just in general, really, if he's gatekeeping. An agreeable take. It has happened. It has happened. a non-explanation where he goes into a diatribe that's about something. Hell, this could honestly be paired with a complete non sequitur at times, but usually it's at least somewhat related technically with the point, so it doesn't usually come up as being a double hitter, but it could. Surprise religion, he'll just go on about Jesus and the Bible and stuff for some reason. It just happens. I don't understand why it needs to be said. Triple repetition of point or more, he will go on and say the exact same line 3 or more times. And I know it's a bit of a thing that we all have done in this podcast, of course. That is part of what we do at times, but he usually just goes on and on about it without ever getting to a point. So, Matt Mercer, this one is ripe for potential retirement because Matt Mercer is only talked about really in specifically Matt Mercer videos or ones that have to do with him. So potentially this one might go and be put out to pasture at some point. Dungeon Gooder / OKer, that one also very much might be put out to pasture. We shall see, considering it's barely mentioned as of recently. A fundamental misunderstanding of reality besides DMing. He will make strong claims about the world that we live in that have no basis in our reality. In my humble opinion, if he says it specifically, we mark the spot. Darkness / can't see. If he is driving in the dark, just entirely, just all the lights are gone because of him going past street lights and stuff, and he doesn't have any way to show off the glorious inside of his vehicle, then we mark that one off, of course. Nose wipe, you'll see it. It's self-explanatory. Surprise prediction / contradiction of the cast. I should put crew there, because we're more of a crew than a cast, but you get the idea. If we have something that we've said and then just happens to be something that he brings up, or something that he directly contradicts that we've said, then we mark that one off. Shade towards other TTRPGs happens all the time. Talking up his DM experience, no, this one might still be a thing. Hell, we might get this one today. Terrible time management, where he will take forever on a point and leave like 2 to 3 minutes for his other points. No hands on the wheel while moving. While he is driving, sometimes he will take his hands off the wheel. It's scary. Unnecessarily angry / non-categorical insanity. This is just if he becomes really angry for no reason, / he's just gone off the deep end for very much no point. Anyway, so we're going to be doing the bingo today. Hope everybody has gotten their bingo card. I will be making one right now, in fact. Right there. Here is mine. Yours will probably look a bit different than mine, of course, because everything is going to be... You might not have every single one of these 30 spots, and apologies if your card doesn't win it out, but we have multiple videos tonight, because this point, Aiden found this... these 2 videos that he posted for us that we are going to be at least taking a look at. But they're very short. They're very, very, very short. And there are 5 of them that all have to do with us apparently playing Dungeons and Dragons wrong for 50 years. That's apparently what we've been doing. And I don't know why, how, what's going on, and I am afraid. But yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these videos that are all sub 10 minutes. Some of them, I think, are even like 3 to 5 minutes. But none of them go over the 10-minute mark. So, I don't know what we've got. I have no idea. I can't even conceive of how he's going to claim that we've played this game wrong. I'm open to suggestions, of course, as to how we've done this wrong, apparently. But you know, what am I supposed to do with this? Besides go with the insanity and see where we get. I, the first one is basically a free space. Yes, yeah. Sand and Garibay makes one strong. That is true. That is true. So, I've been trying to waffle for a bit to get these boys in. As soon as they are, able to. And you would think, I mean, I know Aiden was chomping at the bit for this one. So once he gets in, we'll have a strong showing for sure, probably. But and I'm gonna reveal, of course, that we have 5 videos on the topic, which is about 30 to 40 minutes total of Garibay that we are all going to endure together. In terms of prizes this time around, considering we don't unfortunately get a lot of new blood, I will continue to put out the offer for prizes that we have put out in the past. So if you do get a bingo, I will give you choices. I will give you options. If you don't want any of those choices / want to pass any of the options off to other people who get bingos, that's fine. The way that we're going to do this in terms of getting a bingo is we're going to go with current cards until somebody gets a bingo. And then once somebody gets a bingo, we're going to reset the cards. And we're going to see if we can get multiple bingos this time around. But if we don't get a bingo after the first video, we're going to keep the cards and keep going. If we don't get a bingo on the second video, yada, 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 yada. So yeah, excitement abounds. Potentially, I might, instead of doing just a pick of tabletop sim, which I think most people have. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. Sorry, I'm late.
Good. No, you're good. I mean, Aiden's still not here yet either, so you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. But I was saying, aside from just tabletop sim, I might also do something else. I'm not entirely sure. But considering that I think most people who have gotten a bingo so far, considering we're full of old blood still, have gotten tabletop sim already. So we'll see about that. I will message you, and we'll figure it out.
Now,
yeah.
How much is tabletop sim that you've been picking up for people?
It's like, I want to say it's like $20 or maybe a little less. I think $20.
Because I didn't remember if it was 40 or if it was
no.
or
It's
cheaper.
it's real nice. It's a nice 20, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind. 'Cause
1999.
I was gonna say,
There you go.
if it was 40, I was gonna say something else you could get for people who are interested in 40K is Battle Sector.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, that would be twice as much.
Yeah, for sure.
And do you have the bingo card thing already going?
Sorry. Here you go. Do I still have it? Yes. There is that.
Okay.
But yes. Yeah, if there's an alternative that can be agreed upon, then we'll go for that. But otherwise, we've got the merch. We've got Humble Bundle stuff that I can get for you if you want. Like a Humble hell, what's on Humble Bundle right now? You know what? There's an idea. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is there a bundle that, you know what? If you don't want tabletop sim, we'll go for, you can choose a bundle. And I think most of these go up to like $30, you know, just to get all the stuff in them. So we'll go for if you want a bundle, instead, that can be another option. So merch stuff, tabletop sim, bundle from Humble Bundle. I think that's all that I've got for you. But even if it doesn't matter if it's a game bundle, a book bundle, a software bundle. Oh, there's a Delta Green bundle. Wait, there you go. Oh,
Neato.
Yeah. I'll show it off right now. I mean, there you go. There's a literal Delta Green bundle for $18 for 20 PDFs. Like, I have a few of the physical books. I just got the Conspiracy that's right there, right here. Obviously, I have the Agent's Handbook, the Handler's Guide, and I have A Night in the Opera, or At the Opera, excuse me. I highly recommend Delta Green, of course. You know me, I'm a big Delta Green boy. So there's something for your perusal and thoughts potentially. So yeah. But regardless, any other bundles as well, if you want like a software bundle. We've got Pathfinder's Finest apparently for Fantasy Grounds. There you go. That's neat.
Nice.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff here, of course. So I will, if you win, you'll let me know. And if you don't want to pass on it, then we'll figure it out. Hey? We'll figure it out. Okay. How you doing, man? How was your day?
That was fine. Just had a short little shift at work, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to paint after the podcast. Not sure. Probably not, because I got work early in the morning tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Can Boo and Aiden win prizes? Yes, if they want.
Yeah, we can, but most of the time we omit ourselves from it.
I usually omit myself as well. But yeah, how late do you work tomorrow?
I work 11 to 6.
Okay, so potentially, if Aiden's gonna be around tomorrow, we might be able to finish our thing.
What thing?
The Delta Green thing that we were doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we near the end?
Well, I mean, I say finish, but you know.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Continue on with potentially finish, potentially continue forever. Who knows?
Yeah.
Right? Like it's one of those things. But okay, cool. Yeah, I've not done much today.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got things together. I have things that I should be doing, but you know, interest and drive are lacking in certain aspects.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of that, fucking, I am just so not in an angry way, just in a bored way. I am so done with Helldivers right now.
Oh yeah.
Because
nothing new.
The problem is they're taking forever to get this new patch out that's gonna rebuff all the weapons and make them, fun again.
Yeah.
So that's taking forever. And whenever they come out with new shit, it usually just gets nerfed into the ground, and so I'm not excited for anything that ever comes out for the game, which is very sad.
That's unfortunate.
And God, it's still a good game. The gameplay is fucking great. The universe is awesome, but man, I just don't care about what they're doing.
Yeah, one of those points in the game where they just need to come out with a bunch of stuff or something, you know?
Yeah. And so that's that right now, and so I'm playing one of the boomer shooters that I picked up a very long time ago called Cultic.
Ooh.
And it's very good. For the longest time, it had, overwhelmingly positive reviews, and I'm like, I'll wait, And now I'm playing it. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been playing Dismantle.
I
Which
feel like I know that name.
it's the one with like the crowbar in the title. And basically it's
Oh.
just you wake up from like a survivor shelter thing
Mm-hmm.
in a place that's kind of taken over by zombies that come back every time you go to a bonfire. Basically, it's a campfire, right?
Ah.
But
Mm.
you break things down to get ingredients to craft recipes and rinse and repeat until you can um activate towers with appropriate things to make it so you can kill things permanently.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just clear the areas, and your ultimate goal is to escape in a rocket. Um, but I'm assuming that that's not going to be the end game because I also have the DLC for it that added like pets and other areas. So, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, it's one of those number go up kind of games, right? Where you're collecting a lot of
Yeah.
materials and stuff, and so it makes your brain go, "Ooh, I'm doing things," especially when you
Mm-hmm.
can actually craft the thing to actually permanently kill things.
Oh, uh-huh.
Plus it also has the ability to make it so that you can reset the area with harder enemies so that you can just kill them again to get more stuff from them,
Ah.
which is
Nice.
nice. Up to 3 times in each zone, and the map is massive for the
Mm.
base game, so it's gonna take me some time, which is nice.
Good.
But yeah, it's been a fun little thing.
That's
Um,
good.
yeah. Uh, I got a salmon and kale salad. Nice. There you
Ooh.
go.
I'm not super big on kale anymore because
Mm,
I kind of grew up with it and I had to eat it for a long time,
I can
but
understand that.
it's yeah.
Yeah. Helldivers lost so much of its community as well, and you can feel it. Did it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because of the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I don't so oh, well, a reason that people are citing for it specifically, I'm
Yeah.
not sure how correct it is, but they have a balance team, and the
Yeah.
main balance team guy was a balance guy on a very, very troubled game
Okay.
called Hello Neighbor,
Oh, he was.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
so
game
he was the
sucks.
uh-huh. And so he balances this PvE game, the
Hmm.
PvE almost comedy power fantasy game like a typical PvP game, which is
Hmm.
not good.
Gotcha.
And for example, so there was a thing that you could do there's a weapon called the Eruptor,
Hmm.
and basically it's just imagine a bolter. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
almost literally a bolter
Okay. Cool.
where it fires an explosive round and it explodes in shrapnel and kills a bunch of shit around it.
Hell yeah.
Um, and what they did was, or what people would do is, chargers in,
Yeah.
okay. So people would use the eruptor and shoot through the charger's legs behind it,
Yeah.
and the shrapnel would then hit like its exposed belly behind
That
it,
makes sense.
right?
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. They patched that out, and he called it an exploit,
I, what?
specifically using the word exploit.
But it's not though.
It's not.
It's
It's
like
not
part
at
of the
all.
design, I would feel, or at least
Yep.
a useful tool of the. And again, it's not PvP, so
It's not PvP
why would
at
that
all.
matter so much? Like, just like, I get you want to make it challenging, but it's already challenging enough with the difficulties.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
challenging enough with difficulties and the fact that that gun has the slowest fire rate in the whole game, and
Mm.
it also reloads really slowly. And
Ugh.
there's more than one charger.
Yeah, usually, absolutely. So.
So yeah, it
Mm.
was very strange that he chose to refer to tech as an exploit.
Yeah, that's very weird. Okay. Well, I'm not a fan of
Very,
that.
very strange. And
Mm.
so he has been doing a lot of damage.
Gotcha.
And it also, I think it came out that they were balancing the game without playing it. And they were like looking at basically like spreadsheets. So they're like, oh, player
uh,
percentage using this gun. Why? Oh, it's because it's doing this? Okay, let's nerf it. Instead of buffing the other guns.
yeah, okay.
So yeah,
That's unfortunate.
it's really bad, and it's been that way since the very beginning.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much so that there was a gun that me and Aiden still use all the time.
Yeah.
It's the best gun in the game currently.
Yeah.
It's called the Sickle, and it's basically an automatic like laser rifle.
Oh yeah.
And it does, if you stagger your shots, you have infinite ammo. Because it like overheats, and only if you overheat do you need to actually reload it and use up a clip.
That makes sense.
It has no recoil, so it has perfect accuracy over any range, basically. And it's got really reliable damage.
Yeah.
And so when we started using the gun, we really loved it. We're like, oh man, this thing's fucking great.
Right.
I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss pre-nerf Sickle.
Because they're gonna nerf it immediately. Yeah, I guess
they nerfed it, and then they did. They stealth nerfed how fast it overheated, and then they open nerfed how many clips you have. You went from 6 to 3, which fair.
Yeah.
There was one other thing. The fuck was it? I don't remember. But
yeah.
Oh, I remember. Time to kill. So there are weak points for enemies.
Yeah.
So like, you shoot a bug in the head and it blows up their head and they die.
Right.
If you shoot an automaton in the head, it blows up their head and they die.
Yes.
So somebody took the like a very standard kind of low level weapon and tested it on very, very common enemies.
Right.
They were fighting Devastators,
yes.
which are, just like lumbering, gun robots.
Yes.
So using, I think it was the Liberator Concussive, I think?
Okay.
Or the Liberator Penetrator, that was it.
Gotcha.
Which is just like the armor-piercing version of the standard assault rifle.
Yep.
He shot an Automaton Devastator in the head 3 times, and then it killed it. Which, great. He shot it in the body to kill it, and it took 45 shots.
Jesus.
So the huge, enormous, ridiculous discrepancy between wake point hits and standard hits needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's too big a gap.
For a Bio Titan, if you shoot it in the head with a rocket launcher 3 times, you'll kill it, and it takes like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
If you shoot it in the body with the same rocket launcher, it takes, I think it was 11 shots, and it took over a minute for one enemy. And that took it also took calling down a resupply to refill it.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it's not in a good place,
That's
balance-wise.
Unfortunate.
It is. Not to mention, I'm sitting on full currency, enough pay currency to buy the next war bond, full samples, all the stratagems, and all the ship modules. Right. I'm literally done.
Yeah, exactly.
Until they add new shit.
Exactly. That's unfortunate too.
I'm lucky that that I'm not at the level cap. Because I could be if I was like really dedicated, but no.
Exactly. Jeez. Well, we'll see, I guess.
Now, if you don't, for people who haven't played Helldivers, that is not to say you shouldn't play Helldivers.
Oh, no.
Helldivers is fucking fun as hell.
Yeah, it's great.
But once you max out, you've got like nothing to do.
Exactly.
Until they fix shit.
What is up?
Hello.
Boy.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Well, good. I was about to say, well, let's just start and Aiden will come in. But hey, you've come in, so we can start. Wait.
Hello.
So,
that shit in reverse.
That's right. Well, everybody get your bingo cards ready. I've already explained all the bingo possibilities, and I have my handy call list over here on a piece of paper. And just so that I don't forget everything. How are you doing, Aiden? How are you doing?
It has been a chore-filled day for me. And then I was looking forward to Garibingo later. And now Garibingo is happening.
True. Hello, August. You've arrived for Garibingo. Yes. I will repost the link, of course, just to make sure that it's in there, remember to copy paste it. Do not click the link because it'll just take you to the site. Because it doesn't give the entire thing as a link to actually click, because of the number sign for some reason. Or sometimes it does. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So yeah. Anyway, let's get going. Now, Aiden, you gave us these 2 videos, and I did my due diligence. I went on Garibay's channel, looked through his videos, and saw that there are actually 5 with this title set.
Yes, there are indeed.
And I have included all 5 in my list, because all of them are under 10 minutes.
Thank goodness. May I share my story about finding this?
Absolutely, I would love to hear it.
Okay. So yeah, I just had a very ill-informed decision to check in on our good friend Scott Garibay. I started looking through his content, and I was kind of looking through it for stuff that had like a title, like, you know, the 10 Demandments,
right,
and then he releases a bunch of stuff on that. And I saw we played Dungeons and Dragons wrong for 50 years, so I was like, you know, okay, I'll bite Garibay. And the more I started watching, I don't know if you are playing the ones I shared with you, Alejo.
I am. They are some of them, yes.
Fantastic. The first 30 seconds of the video is him, like, making sense.
Okay.
Seconds 30 to 45, things start getting weird.
Okay.
Seconds 45 to 60, you wonder, how did I get here?
Okay.
And then 60 through 75, you're just now in post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Okay.
Oh.
Sounds like fun.
Very good. All right. Well, everybody's got your bingo card ready?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Here we go.
Dude, I can tell this is a good card for me.
Make
I can
sure,
mark off a lot.
everybody, that you have marked off our Lord Garibay, and we will begin. We played Dungeons and Dragons wrong for 50 years. The next 50 years are about getting it right. IMHO. By J. Scott Garibay. This is the first in the saga, so here we go.
Don't call it a saga.
Oh no, it's a saga, brother.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to.
I need to turn that shit up.
Yeah, me too.
Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to explain to you how we played Dungeons and Dragons wrong for 50 years.
For wrong.
And now it's time to get it right.
Well, so first off, we have, if you have, we playing Dungeons and Dragons wrong. Let's see. Most people play D&D wrong. If you have that, please mark it. I do. There it is.
I do indeed.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Play people wrong. Yeah. There we go.
So,
yeah, I feel like that's another like auto include.
Oh yeah. This time around for sure. So here we go.
And I want to start us walking down the road of right. Right? For 50 years we walked the road of wrong. And now we're going to walk the road of right.
Oh, yes. No swipe. Thank you. Thank you. Very much a...
I knew it was coming.
Yup. You have some insider knowledge here.
Yep.
There
okay.
it is.
I'm 2 away from a bingo already.
Oh.
Yeah, what you see, Alejo, what I did before this session,
yes,
is I watched his videos and I generated a ton of bingo cards.
Oh my god.
I see.
Brilliant.
All right. What makes him the guy to say we were playing it wrong? I had to ask. Oh, great question. It's
Garibay.
It's Garibay.
It's because he's been DMing since he was 12.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
he owned a house since he was 12 too.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a dungeon master since he was 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And the hinge between right and wrong is the 50th anniversary celebration. All right. So first of all, why did we get it wrong? Right? Why did we get it wrong? Why was everything we did for 50 years wrong? Right?
So now, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a call.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
prediction.
call my shot.
Yes. Absolutely.
I am
please.
willing to bet that he will not admit to he himself playing it wrong. He will have always been doing it right.
That's a
can see
good
it.
bet. That's
Guaranteed.
a good bet. Absolutely.
By the way, also, is this a triple repetition of point yet?
I think we're on 2.
I would not say yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, in fairness, I have only like kind of clicked through this video.
Yeah.
The one that I saw that was like super crazy was the second one
Okay.
because I wanted to like build into it.
I get you. I think that one is in terms of the list that I have here. That one is video, let's see.
Processing narrative.
4.
Oh.
Yes, unfortunately. So, but that one's only like 3 minutes long or something, so it's not that much. Again, these are gonna potentially fly by. We shall see. Because this one's only 7:45 or 43, but you know, so.
Honestly, the topic itself kind of feels like it's going to be one of the more ridiculous, haha, he's crazy ones, not the fuck you, you're crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yeah, no, it will be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is we never understood the stakes. We never understood the value of Dungeons & Dragons or what was at stake when a dungeon master sat down with 5 dragon masters at the table, right?
What?
So, would you consider this a fundamental misunderstanding of reality?
Besides DMing, I want to call it
because it's the player's fundamental misunderstanding of reality.
The player's fundamental.
Yeah. So we all as a collective don't know like the power behind D&D and what is at stake.
Well, then that would be D&D is more than a game, wouldn't it be?
It would be.
It would be D&D is more than a game. I was gonna say D&D is more than a game is kind of where he's going here.
I don't have that one.
Ooh,
I don't either.
Unfortunate. Me too. Oh wait, no, there it is. Oh. Mark, your D&D is more than a game.
Oh, by the way, I want to point out, I forgot that this was even a category. I didn't make that call of him being like, I was always playing it right, so that I could get the surprise prediction. I didn't do that because
no, I get you, but it's fine. It's fine either way. It's fine.
If it happens, it happens.
Though I will say for Aiden, for the ones that you've already sampled, obviously if you know some certain things, don't make the prediction just to keep it in fairness, of course.
I don't really remember a ton of it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Like, anyway.
That's fair enough, yeah. Dragon Masters, is this Kung Fu? Yeah, I don't know what... I just want to hear it again, because I want to hear his full point on this. I'm very confused.
Dungeon Master sat down with 5... We never understood the stakes. We never understood the value of Dungeons & Dragons, or what was at stake when a Dungeon Master sat down with 5 Dragon Masters at the table, right?
Okay.
Each of those Dragon Masters having a player character and the Dungeon Master running every other character of the world, right?
Okay, so he's substituting player for Dragon Master.
Yeah, he's just stumbling over words.
I'm just wondering as to why. That's all. Like,
I'm willing to give him a pass on this one. He's maybe just mixing up his words.
It's hard to mix up Dragon Master and player.
Yeah,
those are very different concepts.
And he's already said it twice.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where that's coming from. If there's like he got this from like a Dragon magazine or something, you know, so long ago or something.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, so the 50-year anniversary is when everyone will switch from playing it cringe to playing it based. We'll see. True.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it really is this very critical aspect of we got it wrong because we just didn't know the value. So let me explain the value to you. The story that you experience at the Dungeons & Dragons table when you sit down at a physical table with physical people, physical books, and physical math rocks is more valuable than any story you will ever receive in your life.
Sitting down and playing D&D is more valuable than reading the Bible, baby.
Boo,
and he's a Christian.
Unironically, yes. Let him keep talking.
Oh no.
no story you ever receive will be more valuable. And I want to explain that. All right. So first of all, wait, Scott. I know that's wrong because you hear stories every week at church that are more valuable, aren't they?
All right, religion, obviously, surprise religion is in there, of course. Okay, there's
brother,
a couple of
dipped our
things.
toe.
But yeah, I can feel it now. Jesus Christ.
I don't have that one.
I don't either. No.
I do.
Oh,
Nice.
that's so unfortunate.
I also see Gygax, and I know that's coming.
Okay, well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But a fundamental misunderstanding of reality. It's the most important story ever.
Let him cook.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep it in mind.
So basically, it will be that, but there's a better version of that, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
This is still only like compared to what's coming, like only a maybe.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh no.
No. Here's why. One, I don't believe there's a single story in the Holy Bible. Not one. Right? There's some parables in there. That's a special word for it, right?
Oh
Jesus,
my God.
like,
That's a
I'm gonna tell
fucking
you
story.
parables, right? And then people are like, well, what about the story of Noah, right? You know, and he had an ark and a bunch of animals. Isn't that a story? No, that is a sacred record.
That's a story.
No. Actually, speaking as a former fucking devout Christian,
Yeah.
he is absolutely correct.
It's still a story.
It's still a story.
Like,
would
You're
you
still telling the story of
consider
someone's life.
yeah.
Would you consider the records of the Civil War to be a story?
Yes.
I think
They are telling the story of the Civil
Yeah,
War. Just because it's nonfiction doesn't mean that it isn't a story.
Yeah. Exactly.
A story
I
doesn't
think we're
immediately mean
mincing
it's
words.
fiction.
I think that's really all it is.
Perhaps it's just been because I've been like Christ coded for story means something very specifically. I've never thought of the Bible as having stories.
Oh no, yeah, no, they're definitely
Well, I mean,
stories.
hell, like even when you talk about I don't really remember the exact context, but there are things based on quote Bible stories.
Well, so
like that's the actual terminology that people use when they,
it is. For sure.
Yeah,
but,
like Veggie Tales tells Bible stories. Right. But seeing Larry the Cucumber dressed up as like Moses, it is now a story. But
it was a story to begin with.
But
can I?
Boo, I understand you are correct here. I'm telling you how my brain works.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Moses is not a story. Larry the Cucumber pretending to be Moses is a story.
Right. So
that's how my brain works.
I get you.
I see.
And I want to just point to the second definition of story, which is just an account of past events in someone's life or in the evolution of something. That's why it's a story still. Like, it's still just one of the it's still a part of a definition of story. But again, we're getting off topic because
and I mean, like, if he wants to consider Bible stories to be beyond stories because of their importance, fine.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
If you want to think that, fine.
For sure. That's just part of faith. I get that.
Yeah.
Anyway. There's no better story because it's not a story. That's some mental gymnastics.
That, oh my God, that's
true.
Great.
It's great. Okay, let's keep going.
And every word of it is true, right? That's not a story. That's a sacred record, right? So I think that's so once you realize that nothing you ever encounter in your sacred world, right, as an evangelical Christian, none of that is a story. That's a sacred record. And the stakes on that are literally your eternal life.
Sure.
Those are your eternal. That is the stakes of your eternal life, right? Now, so when you sit down with your dungeon master and you sit down with 4 other dragon masters, you are about to experience the most important story you will now. And that's my point, is the stories you encounter at Dungeons and Dragons will never be equal to even the most poorly delivered sacred record in Sunday school is more valuable than the best thing you'll ever find at Gary Gygax's eternal table, right?
Gygax's eternal table?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yeah.
First of all, Gygax.
Yes. For first of all, Gygax. Okay. Second of all, a fundamental misunderstanding of reality. Absolutely.
And then I think also, what is it? Oh, D&D is more than a game if you have that.
We've had that from before as well. Yeah.
I'm keeping
I didn't have it. My bad.
I'm keeping the fundamental misunderstanding unmarked for now
For a
because I
thing.
know what's coming.
Okay. All right. Well, it's still, even so, it's still going to be called, so.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, we got a good one, guys.
Right?
Good job, Aiden.
Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons stories are less valuable than any sacred record ever. Okay, so I do want to make that clear because I am an evangelical Christian. It's important. It's an important distinction. But I am saying that the narrative you create, the story you create with your dungeon master and your 4 other dragon masters.
By the way, this is repetition of a point 3 times or more.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately.
Repetition of point, yeah.
Absolutely. We probably had it before this, but, like, if you got it, triple repetition of point. Yeah, for sure. Anyway.
Is more valuable than any book you'll ever read, right? Now again, there are no stories in the Holy Bible, so I'm excluding, and I don't even consider the Bible. The Bible is not a book, okay? The Bible is literally a holy artifact that is interpreted by the Holy Spirit. It's not a book.
Right?
So the
Holy
Bible
Spirit isn't the one that interprets it, though.
Fundamental misunderstanding as well. Absolutely. Jesus Christ. All right.
Excluded. But you're never going to read a book in your life that's going to have a more important that is what you read in the DMG, the PHB, and the canon is more important than any secular book you will ever read in your life.
No.
It's truly not.
No.
Man.
Rules are not going to be more important to me than other stories that I've read.
The books that you read as part of your education.
Yeah.
It's more important.
You know what? I'll take the fucking dive here. I will take the dive. I don't think that reading the 5e rule books are going to be more important than the self-help book that convinces you to not off yourself.
Yeah. No, for sure. Like there's nothing that you're going to be reading in a Dungeons and Dragons book of any kind. It's going to be more important than several things.
Yeah.
So with everything, like, don't get me wrong, I do agree with everything that was just said.
Yeah.
However, I can sort of kind of see his point in a way.
Okay.
Because he is saying that there are a lot of really good stories out there just in literature in general.
Sure.
However, there's even better stories that can be found within the confines of D&D. And as such, reading the DMG is thusly more important than any other book because it teaches you how to enjoy this medium.
So
I can understand the viewpoint, but I know what you mean.
Exactly.
Yeah. I see it. I don't agree, but I do see it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Even so, what a claim.
Ever, right? And the story that you tell is going. So, the story that you experience at the Dungeons and Dragons table is going to be more powerful than any novel you ever read. Tolkien's work is junk. Okay, Tolkien's work is.
This is the moment that I first paused at.
You hear that, Alejo? I hope you did.
That's amazing. Wow.
It is amazing.
Wow.
I was sitting in my chair and like someone punched me across the face. I was reeling.
How do you
I don't know.
God, okay.
Is this gatekeeper Garibay?
My brain was like, ooh, I feel like this is so gatekeepery. Like, I don't understand. How?
I'm not sure,
But it's
because
not
he's technically not telling you to not read
exactly
it or that you shouldn't. He's
exactly
just saying that it's bad.
That's the thing. My brain is like, this is something, but I don't think we have a category for it. You know?
Yeah, and this is definitely way too tame to be being genuine garbage.
No.
Obviously.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But where is it? Non-categorical insanity.
You know what? It's in the same row as the Gatekeeper Garibay.
Yeah, I feel like unnecessarily angry / non-categorical insanity, because this is a nuclear fucking thing to say. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a nuclear take.
I just
wait till he starts talking about paladins.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
But yeah, if you got unnecessarily angry / non-categorical insanity, please mark that, because this is actually just insane. Anyway, the audacity, I know. Holy shit, I forgot how judgmental and annoying this dude is. Yep. Oh, you forget until you experience it again, and then it's like, oh.
Trash compared to the most basic story in Dungeons and Dragons. Why?
Oh, no.
Because he didn't write it for you. Tolkien didn't write anything for you. Nothing that he did was personal to you.
And?
Right? He's like, here's a good fantasy story. Enjoy, right? And then many people...
Yeah, but it makes it impossible that you could, like, connect with any story on a personal level at all, then, by your logic,
yeah, right?
You know?
You know what else wasn't written for you? The Bible. It wasn't written for you, Garibay.
Alejo made a sand save on the Tolkien comment. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But also, like, okay, fucking Interview with a Vampire is a book that was not written for me. Not at all. But I will tell you 100% every day that book, I connected with that book way more than I thought I would. Like, it's very
well, obviously, you're
personal.
a Vampire the Masquerade stan.
Well, no, I just, it's one of those. Yeah, I know. But I literally, I didn't expect it to at all. But when I started, like, listening to it and everything, it really just it connected with me super hard for a few reasons. So, like, just because it's not made for you doesn't mean anything, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, what are you doing? Oh.
People did personalize that to themselves, but the reality is they're living a myth, right? They're thinking that Tolkien cared about them. He did not, right?
Nobody's saying that. I don't care if Tolkien cared about me or not. It's a good story.
Yeah, like...
Condescension, brother. Condescension is where my brain goes. If you, like... I feel like if you've got condescension, you can absolutely mark that shit.
All I need is D&D. All I need is D&D transhumanism, and I don't think it's in this video.
Sad.
It's so weird. I'm so happy I don't have that kind of a mental hang-up where I'm like, man, I don't like this because it wasn't catered specifically to me.
Yeah, I don't get that.
God.
I don't get that at all.
Garibay must be a pretty big live music enjoyer.
Right?
Yeah, they're playing specifically for me.
For me. Lestat is hot. I can't get behind Lestat at all. He's too much of a fucking piece of shit. Don't like him. Not at all. Anyway.
Tolkien didn't care about his readers. And the reason why is he wrote a story that he thought would be compelling. And he invested himself in it, right?
Okay.
And it did move many people, right? But the reality is you're never going to find anything valuable in Tolkien's work as you do with the Dungeon Master and the Dragon Masters at your table. And the reason why is that is not only prepared for you, it is literally changed by the raising of your eyebrow, right? Tolkien had no ability to see how the story was hitting you in flight. That's Gary's legacy. The hyper-personal, hyper-transformative, hyper-accelerated narrative that is unprecedented anywhere. A video game can't deliver it, a novel can't deliver it, a show can't deliver it, a movie can't deliver it. None of these were made for you.
What
None of them.
about Baldur's Gate 3 though? It's D&D 5e.
Yeah,
and it changes. Your
D&D.
characters change, and the world changes based on your actions.
It's D&D personified into a video game. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like-
Shadowheart exists in it, and goddamn.
I just
Sorry,
I just
can't
don't
help it, man.
I just don't know. I just don't understand.
I don't either.
Okay.
Right? There's not, and that's the entire point. You can be the richest billionaire in the world. You cannot have a movie. No one has ever done it. No billionaire has ever sat down and said, start making the movie, and then raised their eyebrow and the actor changed what they were doing.
Okay.
What does he mean by raise the
So-
eyebrow?
So
He's saying like, oh, go on, Alejo.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, just from my interpretation of what he means of it, is that he, like, a dungeon master has the specific position that they can see that they are influencing you specifically because of you raising an eyebrow or just reacting in general to the story that is being presented, right? So they can give you that feedback, and thus you can change the story or at least cater that story a little more towards that experience that seems to be getting their interest, right?
Yes, the DM sitting at a table can say, "Oh wow, the players get really interested when I throw these story beats at them."
Yes.
So the DM will lean into that,
Exactly.
and that adaptive, reactive storytelling is what Garibay is hailing as the next step in human evolution.
Right, exactly. Now, obviously, we can all immediately just say, well, we all really fucking enjoyed Devils and Dice. None of us
You did? Oh,
saw
Jesus Christ.
each other. Like, we didn't see each other's faces the whole time.
Yeah.
There was
Why
no
would we ever
need.
want that? You seen Alejo?
You literally
Ooh.
can see me right there. But like legitimately, like none of us needed that in order to understand that we were getting the feed. Or Boo, you didn't need that for any of the feedback that you wanted for telling this story with us.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just
I
did
accepted no feedback.
That's
I
right.
went straight ahead. Fuck you.
it. Exactly. But like
I say that as a joke.
yeah, of course. But like that whole thing was just the only feedback that we gave was the fact that we were engaged and playing and enjoying ourselves, obviously, and like continuing to poke at the world and do whatever we wanted with it and continue to play it with you. Right?
Yeah, and like and the thing is, like, I know you guys so well that at this point I wouldn't have been surprised or I wouldn't be offended if I was running the game and you're like, I'm not really feeling this.
Yeah.
And then we're like, can we do something else? Like, that sucks, but yeah, sure, we can do that.
Right, exactly. So like there's no need for it necessarily to make it so that you can have this whole existential, I can be the most adaptive storyteller of all fucking time. For physical things now. Like, I get this whole old school mentality of you need to be in person and stuff. I get that because the human contact, you know, that you need and having physical people there is very nice. Believe me, I get that. But we've kind of evolved to the point because of technology that we can also get that from what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Being in a fucking Discord call or your equivalent and talking and even showing video if we wanted to, but we don't need that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
You know?
I also don't even have a webcam. I can't.
There you go. So like it's like it is such a such a draconian look
Yes.
at
That's a good way to put it.
how you need to run Dungeons and Dragons, which is just his brand, to be fair. But like, legitimately, my guy, we are in 2024. Yes, I did have to look at my clock with the date and everything to remember what year it was.
That's
Ooh.
fair enough. This has been a very nondescript year.
It really,
compared
it's
to the
gone by
last
way
ones.
fast.
Yeah, already halfway through this shit.
Yeah. So like, times have changed, my guy, and so has the perception and execution of things. Oh my goodness. It's okay.
Right? In the next second. This is unprecedented. It is. So what Gary really did is completely unprecedented. It is the most valuable story you will ever experience because it is the only story that was prepared with no one but you in mind. No one, right? And that will take every single one. If you're like, oh, I don't like this part of the story, you could say it afterwards, and the dungeon master will change it in the next run, right? You can raise an eyebrow, right, and it will change how the accent that the dragon master next to you is using, right?
Yeah, right, because accents are racist.
I don't want to be in this story. Your accent is like
your accent is racist. Go on. Yeah.
It is hyper personal, hyper transformative, hyper accelerated, right? And no story in the world has the value of it because no story in the world can have the value of it. No other medium has ever delivered the personal touch that the dungeon master and every dragon master at their table is working to make this story personal and valuable to you.
So he's right that there is no other medium in general in terms of TTRPGs, but he's not talking about that. He's talking about Dungeons and Dragons specifically.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate because otherwise I would have gone with an agreeable take.
Yeah, because like that's actually he's not wrong, but he's not correct.
Yes,
that's
exactly. He just needs to make it a broader thing, but he doesn't care for anything else usually, and he will give it shade.
He feels like he's the only one who likes D&D anymore, which is hilarious.
Exactly.
It's sad.
It is unfortunate. Yeah. I don't see how the PHP is made for me in any way that Lord of the Rings isn't. What am I missing? Yeah.
No, it's not that the PHP is made for you. It's that like your experience playing Dragonheim is an experience like that is between you and whatsoever DM you happen to have.
Right. I think the understanding is there. It's just using it as a general sense.
Yeah.
But no one but you in mind. Fuck the other three at the table. That's right. No, it's the collective view. It has to be the collective view, apparently. No. Well, I'm going to at least take it. Yeah, I'm going to at least take it as the royal you. Alejo is right. It's 2024, not 1420. Pretty late on the draw on this, but what's sacred is pretty personally subjective. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You could absolutely play D&D for a long time and never feel this way.
Yeah.
Never. It's totally possible.
How I feel. I don't feel like any TTRPG is sacred.
Well, I mean, for the story, obviously, the stories that are being done. Yeah, that's his thing.
I think the concept of what is sacred being inherently subjective is too niche of a point for Garibay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right, so that's why we got it wrong, is we never understood that. We never understood that every novel we would read, every movie show, or show that we would ever watch, every video game, every single story we ever experienced after we started playing Dungeons & Dragons would be subpar to what was made at the table for us.
Jesus Christ.
Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion.
Hey, there's that one.
In my humble opinion, it's not exact words, but
it's not
it
humble,
will.
But hey,
it will be counted. In my humble opinion, if you have that, please mark it. I don't think I do. I do not.
I don't. Oh wait, that's a bingo for me.
Oi!
Hey!
Bingo.
Hang on. I'll take
just give me the little thing.
Oh, the link.
Just the little burger thing.
Right. Where is the burger?
It's just in
Lower
the
right.
bottom right. Yep.
There it is. Share.
Yep.
Right.
That's all I need, and then I can look at it.
Wait. How do I?
You should be able to just
copied.
copy
There it is.
Yeah, that like that.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. Yes. So, and of course, if anybody else gets a bingo, please let me know. So we've got, of course, unnecessarily angry / non-categorical insanity, in my humble opinion, and of course our free space, our Lord Garibay, a fundamental misunderstanding of reality, besides DMing, and condescension. Wait, good shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm trying to think of if we should keep the cards still to get somebody else to get a bingo, or if we should wipe them now and go for a new bingo board for the next video. Yeah, you play wrong. I'm so humble. Yes.
I think either option sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'm fine with either.
Hey,
I mean, I'll reset mine, obviously.
yeah. Hey, everybody in chat. What we thinking? How we thinking? How close were you this time around? I would love to know. Because
I was at 4 and 2 3s.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
3.
I
4 and 3 3s.
Let's see. I was at 2 3s. Yeah, 2 3s. We're almost done with the video, to be fair. Let me just play that out.
More, nothing less. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like and subscribing and have a fetch millennium.
Fetch? Interesting. I've not heard
Wait, what?
fetch for a long time. A fetch
Ooh,
millennium.
I don't think I've heard it outside of like cartoons where it's used like ironically.
Yeah.
I've heard it in shows, yeah, used as like a slang, oh, that's so fetch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But like,
oh my god.
I've not heard that used actually unironically, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. One space
That's
away
very
from a
strange.
bingo on diagonal lines. There you go.
What?
Stop
Why?
trying to make fetch work, mean girls. True, there you go. Oh yeah, that was in that.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Nice.
Why are you so weird, Gary?
Well, one space away from a bingo on one diagonal line. And we've got a bingo, so I'm thinking that we can do a good old reset because we'll keep going until we get another
Alrighty.
bingo with it. So I will reset the cards, don't worry.
Okay.
I can do that from here. So I will go here and go options, scramble and clear all cards. So that should give you
Yep.
absolutely me too. Oh hey. So here we go, everybody. Onto this card, of course. Mark your free space while I get the next in the saga being we play Dungeons and Dragons wrong for 50 years, grokking D&D narrative intellectually is key, in my honest opinion, by J. Scott Garibay. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Hi, this is...
Hi. Hold on. We're not
Hi.
ready.
Setting off from a KFC.
Nice. Okay, so this one's also 7 minutes. So here we go. Get your bingos ready.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay,
Hi.
and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to talk about how we got Dungeons and Dragons wrong for 50 years, and how the next 50 years is about getting it right. And specifically today, I want to talk about processing what happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table intellectually, and fully. Okay, today we're just going to talk about processing what happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table intellectually, but putting that in the framework of understanding that every single thing that happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table.
You guys watching the video?
Is
Yes.
Oh, it never played.
Oh,
for
it
me.
never started for you. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe just reload.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hi, this is Scott Garrett.
Whoa. Nothing.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Nothing has happened really.
Okay, then you can just skip to where you guys are.
I
was wondering why everything went so quiet.
Yeah. So he's basically just kind of getting to the point.
Yes.
And fully, okay, today we're just going to talk about processing what happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table intellectually,
Right.
but putting that in the framework of understanding that every single thing that happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table is actually being processed by the dungeon master and by all 5 dragon masters, and is being processed by all 5 dragon masters. That is being processed by intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. Every single thing that happens in the D&D narrative is processed intellectually.
All right, that's a triple rep. Jesus Christ! It's like
Yep.
he's where?
Just blah blah.
Hello?
Blah.
What are we doing? Triple repetition
Repeating
of
our
point
6 times.
or more. Yeah. It's like that was the only reason why I did it for that point is because he repeated the point specifically 3 times, but he was half repeating it all the way throughout for a minute. I just I don't know what is going on. Okay.
Actually, emotionally, and spiritually. And today we're going to talk about processing what happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table, the narrative that happens at the Dungeons and Dragons table, intellectually. All right, so let's dive into this. Okay, so let's talk about process.
Is this what happens when you get a bout of madness and then you have to roll your int just to see if you understand exactly what's going on so that you actually have it happen? Because
yeah, pretty much.
I just I don't know what that was. I was like, okay.
Just word salad, basically.
It really was. Okay. So we're trying to figure out how we process what's going on intellectually and all of the other things.
Like, that was a non sequitur from nothing to nothing.
It really kind of was. But it's the main point. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
somehow it is.
Meanwhile, the people behind him are begging him just turn already. Okay. Okay.
Processing Dungeons and Dragons intellectually. So there's a narrative that happens at the table. It's the most powerful, most valuable narrative you will ever experience in your secular life.
Okay, well, already we can go for a fundamental misunderstanding of reality because we're there already.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
And then, since well, I guess it wouldn't. Nah, never mind.
Yeah,
Would this be D&D is more than a game?
Yes, I think so as well. Actually, yep.
All right.
D&D
I
is more than a
now
game.
only need parked.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one. Oh
okay, so now wait, what was it again?
D&D is more than a game and a fundamental misunderstanding of reality.
Okay, game and reality. There it is.
Indeed, thou shalt not drive with thy turn signal on. True.
Now, what I was gonna say is, do you think that's surprise religion or no?
No, he hasn't really gone.
Or is it not a surprise?
No, no, he hasn't gone into religion specifically. He's just said spiritually, and
he did mention secularity.
That's true. I want a little bit more.
He's leading into it.
Yeah, he's gonna get there probably.
Let him cook.
Yes, indeed.
That should be a square.
It really should. Yeah, I'm gonna make another notepad here for Garibingo editions. Garibingo. Okay, so let him cook. All right. So. Oh God, just save, please. Thank you. All right, here we go.
Period. End of sentence. Nothing you ever experience in a video game, in a show, in a movie, or in a book.
It's exactly like the fucking other thing that we did, where he's just gonna repeat the exact same thing that he's already gone over every single video. But this time he doesn't say, but you need to go do your homework. That's in the fucking thing. That's at least something.
Yeah.
Will ever affect you the way your D&D story, they're not as valuable, they're not as powerful, they can't impact you in the same way. And the reason why is thousands of people are working on those projects, right? But it doesn't matter because it's not made for you. Nobody had you in mind when it was built, right? Whereas with Dungeons & Dragons, it is the one story created by humans that is hyper-focused on you and can be affected in a moment's notice by an eyebrow raise, and the entirety of the people at the table. Every Dragon Master, every Dungeon Master can leap to make the story what you want it to be. Nothing else. This is Gary's legacy. Nothing else.
Oh, Gary Gygax is what he's talking about. So mark your Gary Gygax, everybody.
I also something that would be fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Because it's all about, oh man, this isn't made for you. It's not as good. What do you think he thinks of, like, roads and bridges? This bridge wasn't made for me. I can't cross this.
Yeah,
I gotta have either a bridge made for me, or I gotta or get someone to build me a boat.
Well, sir, I have a bridge for sale, and I'm gonna sell it to you. It is specifically for you.
It is for you and no one else.
Oh God, I really, depending on how this goes, I might call for, a non-explanation at some point. Because, man, I don't know what's going on. Hell, I should have called for that the first one. Because he explained it to a degree, but...
Do you think we've seen a complete non sequitur?
I'm wondering about that too, because this has nothing to do with the processing things intellectually, spiritually, and all that fucking shit. It's just the fact that this is the most important. Well, I guess it does to a degree, but man, it's so weird.
It's really weird.
I just don't know. We'll keep the complete non sequitur for now. But I'm really leaning towards a non-explanation so far, because I have no idea where we are.
This has achieved this, right? So we need to process this narrative, the most important narrative, the most important secular narrative you will ever experience. We process it intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually.
Right, of course.
Let's talk today about processing intellectually.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
love to. Almost 3 minutes in. Terrible time management. Terrible time management.
Do I have that? Yes.
Where I better have that. Where is that?
I
do. Oh, thank God.
I ain't getting that one. Damn it.
Terrible time management. If you have that, please mark it off. I hate this.
I am begging you, mark this shit off so we can move on.
I am begging you, get to the point so that I can understand even to a degree, understand what the fuck you're going on about. Oh my God. Indiana Jones and the Legacy of Gygax.
Oh, God.
Can a DM make Garibay's story make sense? No. Also, thou shalt not say Dragon Master. I'm adding that one right now. Fair enough. Unless you mean like a Dragon Rider sense, because that's cool.
Oh. I'm going to mention something and I'm going to skip it, right? You process your build. Character build is extremely important to many Dragon Masters. And you will go right, go left, and you will find 20 channels that do nothing but talk about building a strong Ranger build, right? And I'm dismissive of it because I don't care about it. I think it's the lowest.
You know, it's another thing.
An agreeable take.
Oh my God.
a little bit, yeah. I mean, I don't care about those kinds of things as well, for sure.
Well, I think
it's on the same line as complete non sequitur and non explanation. You let me know, Alejo.
I think we ought to let it go just a touch
Just a little bit
further.
more.
Like, obviously, the one you guys mentioned, yes, but
Yeah.
I feel like we're about to get condescension.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, so yeah, mark off, for now, mark off,
Was it
an agreeable take? Yes.
Yeah.
So, there's mine. But what I wanted to say to add was throwing shade, because we've got throwing shade at TTRPGs, but throwing shade at other
Content
YouTubers,
creators.
yeah, content creators, that works. That's something that, because he does that a lot too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add that onto my list here of additions. Oh my god. As if those in glass houses, fucking Garibay. Come on. Oh my god.
He's in a car. That's not a house.
True. We've never seen the house. I'm not sure if it's
We never
actually...
have. Is there any proof of that?
Dragons interaction, but it's there, and it's an intellectual interaction that you intellectually interact with that aspect. And so if you want to build a powerful build, there's an intellectual puzzle there to solve, right? And actually, I don't want to be too dismissive of it, right?
Oh,
the reason I don't care about it and I don't talk about it here is I don't need to. It's covered in depth in 100 channels, and it's covered at a rate of about 10 times the coverage it deserves, right? So I just don't need to cover it here. But I don't want to dismiss it. It is an
another... Yeah, okay.
Another? Is that 2 in one video?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Hey, man, I mean, I would rather you not say anything about builds and stuff, honestly.
Yeah.
But, like, sure, absolutely.
Please, absolutely don't do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Intellectual pursuit, and it is an intellectual interaction that people have, okay? But that's not where it stops. Okay, like, let's talk about, like, if you're playing, like, I'm in chapter 3 right now of Vecna Eve of Ruin, right?
Cool.
And you come to a space galleon that is broken across the dead husk of a god's body, right? In the middle of the astral sea, right?
Sure.
And then these things start to happen. In that, one, you need to intellectually think, how can I defeat every goal in this adventure, right? By drawing out the experiences that I'm aware of. The experiences I'm aware of because I had them personally, the experiences I had because I experienced them in some other story form, or the experiences I have because somebody told.
So you metagame.
Yeah, I was about to say, what? What?
That's how a metagamer would describe it.
Exactly. Yeah, you go just...
Where they, like, try to dress it up and make it sound like it's not metagaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
exactly.
in another campaign where trolls were weak to fire
Right.
and acid.
Yeah, that's so weird. Why would you make this a point, sir? I thought you were gonna go with, like, what the character knows and stuff. What? Okay. Huh? Okay.
told me a story. It told me not even a story, but a historical record of what happened in their lives.
For fuck's sake.
So you need to think, okay, what is existent within my brain, within my experience, to deliver solutions for this adventure, okay? Then also, okay, intellectually, when you get over these goals, right, you may have learned leadership. You may have learned how to puzzle solve. You may have learned something about language. You may have learned about...
If we didn't already have it, D&D is more than a game again. Like, Jesus Christ.
I really like that one.
You
might have learned something about language. Yeah, I learned something about the useful language of Elvish. I totally am going to use that in my everyday life.
Like, to a degree, I understand the learning aspect that you can get from D&D. Sure. There is a small amount that I can learn from things whenever I do anything.
Sure.
But that's literally anything everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't put D&D above anything else, really?
Yeah.
In that respect?
It seems to be that Gary notes that people like learn like experience and things like, oh, there was this one time I was pretending to be a firefighter, so I know about how to fight fires.
Right.
And it seems like he's conflating that with like actual experience.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't understand that at all. Like, again, I've talked about before, you can use D&D as a tool to help with, you know, working through things. That's something that I've seen and I've heard experience as well. Because it can be like putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, I guess, is a way, like, just in general, is a thing that people do to understand them, right? And thus you can do that with D&D because you're playing pretend in literally somebody else's shoes. But it doesn't necessarily translate to skills. In the sense of, like what you said, like, I was a firefighter. Like,
or I can kind of see it from the viewpoint of I'm going to play a character who is really compassionate, and then after playing that character for like a couple years, you learn how to be more compassionate as a person.
Right, yeah.
And he's saying, yes, that is thanks to D&D, and not the person deciding to be more compassionate.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Unfortunate, but yes,
yes.
true.
I'm that's exactly what I mean. Yeah, for sure.
So Garibay was 100% the sort of person to like parent by like having a little sock puppet that the upset child talked to.
Oh no. Oh god.
I sometimes worry about this man's family.
Sometimes, yes. How old are these videos? They're rather recent.
Yeah, these are very recent.
They're rather recent.
Yeah, so this is not a phase, Mom.
No, this is rather recent. I also refute the idea that every D&D story is a set of problems that have to be solved, like it's so checklist. Yeah.
That's another one. I played a D&D game where my character was a warehouse manager, so I think that I would be a great fit for this job. Please leave.
Oh my
Alejo.
god. Yeah.
So we have the bingo card, a fundamental misunderstanding of reality.
Yes.
But how amenable would you be to having a bingo card that was a fundamental misunderstanding of D&D?
Ooh.
Well, because like D&D is more than a game, is kind of that.
Yeah, it would be practically a gimme square.
Yeah, I feel like it would be too much of a gimme square. That's the thing. Though, well, no, we haven't gotten to connect D&D with random things, really, have we?
Not really.
Not really,
yet.
Right?
I considered mentioning it this video,
Right?
but
It's
I was once again letting him cook.
Right, exactly. I'm like, it's like so close. We're like tangentially there almost. Like it's a few degrees of separation, and we'll get there eventually if he continues on. The degrees will actually the separation of the parallel lines will actually then just fucking hit a 90-degree, and then we will.
D&D has been duct taped onto random things.
Right.
It's not yet been connected.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
About seafaring. It's happening in an astral sea, but you might have learned what's a stern, what's a prow, where's starboard, where's port, right? And then you need to...
That's just something that you could learn from anything.
Basic knowledge.
Dude, you can have that in a single conversation with a friend that knows a lot about boats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, yes, you could learn it from D&D. A D&D session. Absolutely, it's possible. But that's not the purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not necessarily going to, like, really, like, you might just forget about it as well. Like, it's just, like, I don't know. Like, sure, but how are we looking at this any more intellectually, as you've stated, than literally looking at life itself?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's exactly the same. I don't know why we're putting such special emphasis on this, besides the fact that it's D&D. You know? I don't think the world I'm working on can be boiled down to a checklist. Well, it's good.
Good.
I don't think anybody's
You
world
did it.
is. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You better.
Take that data that is just given to you in this Dungeons and Dragons adventure, and you need to intellectually process it and add it to your collection of knowledge in your own brain, right? To use in the real world.
No, it's just that he thinks D&D is a method of teaching people.
Yes, it's a
And
vehicle.
he thinks that makes it like the next step in human evolution.
Yeah.
My brother in Christ, have you heard about these things called schools?
I know, right? Like, I don't... Yeah.
I guarantee you can sit down in a class and learn all you want about ships and their garboard strikes.
Yeah. I don't... Okay. Alright.
That is an intellectual processing that happens with Dungeons and Dragons. Now, we just talked about intellectual processing. No one can test this one, right?
What?
Everybody, and this is what we did wrong for 50 years. We have thought that that's where the processing of the D&D narrative stopped, right?
What?
No one can test what I said today. Everybody believes that there is intellectual processing for D&D narratives. No one even can test that, right? Where it gets sticky.
I don't understand what he means by intellectual processing, I guess. Just that you think about these things and then apply them?
I guess.
Is that really it? That
I think so.
my guy. Have you done... You're alive right now, right? I'm not speaking to a revenant or something, right? That has just discovered what life is? Except through
I
D&D?
think even revenants know what life is.
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't... Like, is Garibay an alien? Is he in the same place as, like, Tommy Wiseau? Where he just, like, is a weird thing that just came
kind
from
of like an alien
space?
yeah, like, not really understanding, you know, existence as a whole.
Right? Like...
So the fact that Garibay thinks that people learning things makes like D&D like God's gift to mankind.
Right.
Gygax's gift to
Gygax's
mankind.
gift.
Come
Yes,
on now.
yes.
Oh no, it was God through.
Ah,
Gygax.
yes.
Oh,
of course,
okay.
sorry.
Fair.
Like the Holy Church has to have a pope.
Yes.
That's true.
So like the fact that he sees people learning a little bit through D&D and then thinks, oh, the primary way to learn is through D&D. That means that his life is so devoid of learning or recognizing information being conveyed from one party to another. That like he has taken this absence to just like accepting the reality of like, oh, this is just how things are.
Yeah.
Regular people don't learn things in their day-to-day life.
Yeah. It's
Normal
weird.
people do not know what cooking shows are.
I just I don't... Okay. Intellectual processing? Yes, D&D requires basic thought. Exactly!
That's very true.
Exactly,
That's
right?
a fancy way to say thinking.
Exactly! It's just thinking and recognizing things. That's it. That's all that we're doing. That's it. There's no... You don't need to dress it up to be anything more than it is. It's... Yes, you can learn things through D&D. Absolutely, it's possible. But why do we have to give it such reverence? I'm so confused.
Yeah. God.
Is where we're going next. We're going to talk next about processing things emotionally in D&D, and we're going to talk about processing narratives spiritually in Dungeons and Dragons. And that's the part we did wrong for 50 years. We stopped at the intellectual.
That's the part, as opposed to this part? What?
We did not emotionally process anything in these narratives previously. In fact, we built structures to...
Did we, Garibay, or is that you just speaking for me?
Yeah, you are now putting this worldview on all of us. Apparently.
I guarantee you, I do have emotional connections to like all of the D&D games I've played.
Yeah. Maybe not strong ones necessarily, or some are stronger or weaker. Absolutely. Yeah. But like,
this motherfucker said that Devils and Dice has a special place in his heart?
Yeah, that's true.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Why? No. Yeah.
I can't. Okay, I need to hear what this fucking point is, because he's
stopped at the intellectual. We did not emotionally process anything in these narratives previously. In fact, we built structures to ensure that no one would process anything emotionally in D&D narrative, and we need to tear those things down now. Number one in that list is the backup character. If you ever use a backup character again, shove away from the table, leave, and go start bowling.
What?
I mean, dude, bowling's fucking fun.
Bowling's fun. Also, what are you saying?
What the? Okay,
so what he is? Sorry, go on. Yeah.
My hope, it's probably not true, but my hope is that it's like, oh man, I'm gonna make a warrior named John Warrior, and then he dies, and I'm fuck. I liked playing that guy. All right, I'm gonna make a new warrior, and his name is Johnny Warrior. Something like that.
So, no, what he is now putting forth in general is, if you create a backup character at all, you are not going to be emotionally invested in your character that you are playing right now.
That was what I think.
That's exactly what I think it is. And and that is insanity. I like creating characters, right? It's fun.
Me too. It's very fun.
Yeah, and I like having a bunch of them just so that I can pull them out and everything. If I do lose a character, and that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna embody that character and connect with them on whatever emotional level it is, because I know for a fact that I have something in the fucking background, That doesn't, I don't understand how I could do that, because I'm burping. I'm playing a character in the moment, and I'm being that character in the moment. The only thing that is going through my mind about that other character that I have as a backup is, if my character currently dies, I don't have to waste people's time making a new character. And, like, not being able to play as soon as they can introduce that character into the next session or the next scene where it's appropriate. That's all I'm thinking about that at that moment.
Yeah, but because you have like backup characters and you're like seeking to get playing as quickly as you can afterwards, you're prioritizing the quickness of your play over its quality.
Right. That's true. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think.
I just don't know. Gotta praise God with the Satan game. True. Is he implying we lost the spiritual faith in D&D? Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think playing a former tradesman gives me what I need to work in finance. So have we marked off just insanity, the non-categorical insanity, because I'm thinking that we haven't and we need to.
I will take it.
I just don't understand What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, I'm still like, if this video, we're almost done with this video, and I'm super into a non-explanation soon enough, just cause it's like, oh, I have no idea why this is so important and so much more different than just thinking about things and applying them in life. I really don't.
You don't belong at the table. Anyone who uses a backup character.
Oh, Gatekeeper Garibay.
Oh, Gatekeeper. Garibay. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Almost fucking forgot about that. Do I have that? Gatekeeper Garibay, yes.
Hey.
I'm like nowhere near a bingo half the time. Fuck. I'm like 2 away for everything. Fuck.
Holding out for parked.
It's possible.
My humble opinion is ensuring.
Oh, I'm sorry. In my
Where's
humble
one
opinion. Oh yeah, in my humble opinion. Oh, he's just throwing them out there at this point.
I'm 1 away, but it ain't gonna
I am
happen in
too.
the next 20 minutes.
Surprise
Or 20 seconds, I
prediction
should say,
/
sorry.
contradiction of the cast. That's all I need.
I need talking up his DM experience.
Oh.
That their D&D game is valueless. I'll give you a pass if you did it previously. If you keep doing it, it's on you, and you are part of the problem. You're anchoring D&D, right? And then spiritually, we're going to talk about processing what we encounter in the D&D narrative spiritually.
No.
Right?
Is that also a
Thank you for-
non-explanation? Because he kind of is just like, don't make a backup character, and then he doesn't say anything about it?
Well, so his explanation of it. No, yeah, he is just saying.
Yeah, no, he never said it. We came
inferred
up with it for
inferred it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
So
Yeah.
I'd say that's a non-explanation.
Absolutely. You know what?
It's not even one that I need, but it just
Right,
is one.
but no, I get you. It's a non-explanation for sure. That makes it so that if I had surprise prediction / contradiction, that it would give me 2 bingos, but no!
Ooh.
Fuck!
Aw, rip.
Oh my god.
Going on this journey with me, every single word you just heard is my humble opinion.
Yeah,
The
again.
important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like subscribing and have a fetch millennium.
He's really trying to get fetch going, huh? Wowee. Well, we had no bingos, so we continue on with the current cards.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, everybody. The next little video here, I almost said episode, Jesus, is understanding narrative emotionally is key. He was saying this is the next bit.
Alejo, you're using the wrong word. The word you're looking for is ordeal.
Thank you for correcting me. You are absolutely correct in
Yes.
general. This is... I hope that you all can give us all your thoughts and prayers in this trying time. We are certainly going through something. And yourselves, really. Give yourselves thoughts and prayers. Okay.
Since starting this video, I felt my leukemia flare up. my infant leukemia.
That's right. Yes. Please consider sending out those lovely thoughts and prayers. Okay.
By
Oh.
thoughts and prayers, we mean money, but you know.
So,
Thinking of and praying for money.
was non-categorical insanity in there? The sand check was failed and I got a little lost. Yes, it was in there. Non-categorical insanity was checked. Absolutely. No thoughts or prayers will save us from the Elder God's wisdom. True.
Yeah.
True.
Wisdom in air quotes, I hope.
Well, I mean, it could be wisdom for some and not wisdom for others, you know?
True.
And just general insanity.
You played Bloodborne, Boo. You know what Madman's inside is.
I do. I never
True.
even got one.
But yes, this is, in fact, that for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. This one's our chunkiest one yet. 8 minutes and 49 seconds. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Woo! Everyone get some beer. We be halfway through. Well, we'll get halfway when we get halfway to this video. Here we go.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I
Hello.
want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and I want to talk about emotionally processing the narrative that happens in Dungeons and Dragons. And this is part of discussing and thinking about the second 50 years of Dungeons and Dragons. We played Dungeons and Dragons completely wrong for 50 years. And now the second 50 is getting it right. So what did we do wrong for the first 50 years? Well, we thought that the D&D narrative, the story that we were experiencing, needed to be primarily processed intellectually, and that the intellectual energy should not be on the narrative that's being told, but on our character build, right? Like this, oh, I'm going to get this feat, and I'm going to get this power, and I'm going to get this ability.
I don't remember that in the previous video.
Yeah, the fuck?
I remember him alluding to...
Are we being gaslit?
Yeah, I remember him alluding to the fact that other people do that in their videos.
Gaslighter Garibay.
Oh, God.
Really, very much so. I don't remember that being discussed at all.
Yeah, the fuck?
Like, in detail, so I don't... Okay. Anyway...
It's very sussy.
I think he thought that he made that point, but he did not.
These levels, and then I'm going to be able to do more.
To be fair, we might have missed it with the format that we're doing, but I just don't understand, because he would have repeated it at least 3 or 4 more times.
That's true. Yeah, there's no way we could have missed it.
No way.
More damage, right? Like, and there was an intense amount of energy that was spent on exactly that, on processing this incredible, on processing, getting a strong build, right? And there was really very little intellectual processing that was put on the narrative itself, and there was and it was raw, and that's the limit. And then what we're going to talk about today, we didn't talk about it at all. Like, we really did not, in the first 50 years, talk about emotionally processing the Dungeons and Dragons narrative. Okay, so let's do this now. So what does it mean to emotionally process a Dungeons and Dragons narrative?
What does it mean?
So what is a Dungeons and Dragons narrative? It is the story that unfolds, that the Dungeon Master has prepared a scaffolding. The players are changing that scaffolding and building as they literally climb the scaffolding, and the math rocks are removing parts of the scaffolding and adding parts of the scaffolding random, right?
Okay, so where's the emotion?
Well, I think he's now at the moment talking about the intellectual part still.
There's so much word salad here. He took like fucking 30 seconds before to like say a basic fucking thing.
I know.
Oh, Gary, get your early onset dementia checked out, my guy, please.
Terrible time management again, but we can't fucking triple, quadruple check it. It's fucking insanity here.
God damn.
And nothing like this happens. And all of the entire narrative is focused on the player characters and built around the player characters and built to highlight the player characters. And they are the catalyst for everything that happens in the story.
That I agree with. That's true. The players are the catalyst for everything that happens, absolutely, because they are the ones that affect a lot of things. They can absolutely be.
Mm-hmm.
Agreeable take.
Do we already have that one?
I don't have it on my card. But if you have agreeable take... Oh, no, I do have it.
No,
we already had it.
I have it on my
Fuck! I was really hoping that when we get to the third 50, will we go back to getting it wrong again? Yes, absolutely we will, because nobody listened to him. The metaphors are so off the rails. It's true.
In a story model like this in the history of humanity. So what does it mean to emotionally process that D&D narrative? Well, first of all, let's talk about the player, who I'm going to call the Dragon Master. So
now you explain it.
Okay.
Well, now we have confirmation.
This is the first video?
No. It's not.
This is the third.
This is the third video that he put out.
But it's the one that he's setting up,
Yup.
like... Okay.
Yup.
He probably, you know what he probably fucking did? He probably, like, went and did, like, I don't know, does he have a day job? I think he does.
Yeah, I think so.
He probably had the idea for this whole series, and like, okay, on the way into my day job, I'm gonna do this.
Sure.
And then on the way out, I'll do the second episode.
Sure.
And he did Dragon Master and all that, and then the next day, he's like, oh shit, I never explained that. Maybe I'll explain that this time.
Very potentially
I can
could
see
be
that.
the case. But, like, man, you gotta explain your terms. Like, we
Who
got
the
it.
Who
But,
the
like,
fuck calls that? Them that?
Again, like, what? I hope maybe he'll say it. I don't know.
Dungeon Master, you have 5 Dragon Masters. The Dragon Masters are the Dungeons and Dragons players. Okay, so let's talk
Okay.
about those Dragon Masters.
Sure.
The Dragon Masters sit down, and they have to deal with their emotions, right? So what does it mean to emotionally process this narrative? So first of all, there is a
Dying to
flow
know.
of emotions that happen at every table. The Dragon Master is a real person, a real man, a real woman, right?
Sure.
And they have their own set of emotions. Now, first of all, they have to determine the bi-directional flow of their emotions. What does that mean,
What?
right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So basically, let's say that I have an excess of a specific type of emotion, right? But I know that based on the structure of my life, the demands on me, what I've been obligated to, I can't express those emotions at all in my IRL. Then Dungeons and Dragons, the narrative becomes a place where I can possibly express those emotions, express them fully, right? And I could
Sure.
build a player character,
Yeah.
a Dragon Master character, to do that, to allow me to express emotions that my IRL.
Is he going to release a TTRPG called Dragon Masters?
I don't know. Maybe.
So something I just heard that was very funny.
Uh,
So he's going all through. It's like, oh, it's the very, very, very basic take we've made a billion times of, hey, you can do different things in D&D. You can be a mean person even if you're a nice person.
Yeah.
You know, it's that. That's
it
what
really,
this is.
really
And
is.
he's just dressing it up as much as he possibly can to make himself
Absolutely.
sound smart.
Absolutely.
But the thing that actually made me funny, or made me laugh, that I thought was funny, was when he's like, you know, like, oh, I have an excess of emotions, and I can't express them in my real life, so I'm gonna make a Dragon Master character. Even though the Dragon Master's the player,
Yeah.
so he's gonna make a character of the player, making a self-insert.
Oh, well,
I-
that's just
A
yeah.
doll.
Just
Yeah.
make
doll
it a
is what
fucking
he's
player,
making.
you moron.
I don't know why he is like. No, I know why he's dressing it all up. I get why he's doing it because he has to do it in order for it to fit his narrative. He
Yes.
has to dress it all up in this fancy terminology in order for all of us to go, oh yeah, no, that is what it is. Yeah, you're right. But it's
so smart.
it's
Look at the
not.
big words he's
yeah,
using.
exactly. He's got to use the big words to make him look smart about it. And it's like, well, brother, you don't. What are you doing? Everybody
You can walk into
knows.
Domino's.
Everybody
You
knows
can walk into
all
Domino's
about
and
this.
you can walk into Domino's and order a fucking surfing penguin, but no one's gonna know you just want a fucking pizza.
Well, no, it's worse than that. He's literally
Right?
going in there and saying, "But I want to get a pie," and then like expecting everybody to go, "Oh, you called it a pie instead of a pizza."
I want to get an Italian style, an authentic Italian style pie. Can you
Exactly.
do that for me? Fuck.
Right? Exactly. That's what's going on here. And I just
An
it's
authentic Italian style pie with shaved salami, shaved sliced salami.
and cooked at 400. I'm sorry. No, he would convert it into Celsius.
Fuck. God.
and honestly, he would be right for doing so.
Hey, I'm fine
Fair.
with that. Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, just because the colloquialness of Fahrenheit is used here, he would do it not
Oh, yeah.
because.
Correct. To sound smart.
Yes, exactly. I
God.
just. Anyway, hey Pizza Funk, what's up? Garibay, if I only talk in metaphors, people will think I'm clever. I am so big brain. Yes.
I will use polysyllabic words, and then
yes.
people will hear 3 consonants, and they'll go, "Whoa!"
Exactly. Garibay, gender equality. At least there is that. True. At least
I was about to be like, okay, please.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything, but I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Careful now.
At least that's at least something. I just.
Yeah.
If we didn't mark condescension at some point, just in general, like
By the way,
condescension, everybody, mark condescension if you got it. I don't have it. Fuck.
The other thing,
it's just
so
we're
going for gender equality. So then why are they all called dragon masters and not potentially a dragon mistress?
True. Anyway,
very cringe. Actually, I don't know if that's cringe. I think it goes so far that it is just not based.
My IRL absolutely does not allow me to express, right? So that's one emotional processing, is how much of their own personal emotions is the Dragon Master going to display in the D&D narrative. It's powerful, it's important, right? And then here's another one, right? Then
so close.
The D&D narrative forces the Dragon Master to be in a world that is completely alien to their own.
Unless it's not.
I was gonna say unless it isn't at all, because modern D&D is a thing that everybody's seen.
Yeah.
So it's not completely alien, but what? It's fine.
Yeah, and like, let's be honest here. The D&D world is a mashup of like high fantasy and medieval shit.
Yeah.
Fantasy has existed for basically all that time. Medieval fantasy, obviously, we're removed from the medieval ages, but we know a good deal about it.
Yeah, it's
so
very
much so that we
alien.
can make pretend games about it.
True.
Are going to bring up different types of species that they may have never encountered before.
It's true.
Different types of many different types of circumstances.
They encountered a T-Rex in D&D.
Oh my god, how do I fucking emotionally deal with that?
they do move in herds.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
And it's also funny to me that, like, he's going on about how crazy environments can be when the vast majority of the time, the campaigns that are written to be like our world are some of the most critically acclaimed ones where things make logical sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
So, like, you're not really rewarded for making it insane. You're rewarded for making it something that we can relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people literally went to another planet.
Yeah.
It's true. But you're still giving that planet, like, gravity and, intelligent or believable ecosystems and etc.
Concepts that we can understand. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why he's harping on that.
Pizza Funk puts it very well. He's trying really hard to phrase this so it doesn't contradict the other insane things he says. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
That's another thing.
Yes, he is. I've been hoping for a contradiction.
Garibay believes that the more syllables are in your argument, the more accurate it is.
Yep.
That's what it feels like.
He's like that big fucking troll from Overlord who thought Ainz was weak because he had a long name.
I do not recall that.
Oh, there's a big troll guy that he goes and kills like instantly because he attacks him.
Mm.
And the troll guy had a 2-letter name, and because he had a short name, he was supposed to be like really strong. And so
that's an interesting little thing for the society.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's neat.
I like
if
that.
you have a short name It was basically goo. It was G-U, goo.
Ah.
And Ainz Ual was his other name. He's like, you're a weakling because your name is like big and long and you're trying to make yourself sound, strong or whatever.
I like that. I like that as a detail.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's an interesting little thing. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, Overlord's worth watching. It's very good.
It's on my list. Yeah, it really
That's
is.
good.
Speaking of potentially cool bits of world building,
yeah.
I was talking to a coworker last night about the probability of finding like extraterrestrial life.
Ooh, yeah.
And I had mentioned the possibility of it not being carbon based.
Yes.
I believe it probably would be carbon based because like amino acids are self-assembling,
Yeah.
and if something is made with nitrogenous bases as part of its like DNA, like it will be carbon based.
Yes.
However, my coworker brought up a bit of chemistry that I did not know, which is you could theoretically have a silicon based life form. Because apparently silicon is below carbon on the periodic table, which I've not actually looked up.
Oh no.
I just want to
He
make
hasn't
sure
fact-checked himself.
for myself before I repeat this information.
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
So in organic like life,
Yeah.
the three most common elements that you will encounter are carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen.
Right.
Directly below carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen, we have silicon, phosphorus, and sulfur.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I would really like to see a silicon-based life form. And I was like, oh boy, that means that sulfur would essentially be its oxygen.
Yeah.
Like how it transports electrons.
Yeah.
Having demons breathe sulfur would probably be pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
that
that's
got me
actually
thinking about like how to put this. I want to roll out demons and devils in my world. I'm thinking of making the devils silica base and then making them slowly like constantly melting.
Ooh. Okay.
fucking weird and cool.
It would essentially mean as they're moving, their skin is cracking and reforming, which would sort of cause, a life of pain.
Yeah.
Unless they don't feel pain in the same way we would.
They would, because they're devils, and that's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Additionally, what if they perhaps grew their horns like antlers?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So they have to like actually shave them off and stuff so that they're not like unwieldy.
Well, I'm thinking perhaps in Devil Society they see like larger like horns as being like more physically intimidating.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
But horns do kind of just get in the way. So like lower ranked devils that don't really have anything like they're not trying to make themselves seem too grand. They're just trying to kind of live their life. Maybe they shave their horns.
Yeah.
But maybe like archdevils have like big ass headdresses and like displays.
And like they prune them in such a way that it doesn't actually make it so that they get in the way, so they grow them in like a bonsai tree, basically.
Yes, they train them.
Yeah,
in specific ways.
I'm in love with the idea of shedding your horns because like moose are the coolest fucking thing ever.
They're pretty cool.
What if like say theoretically, let's say devils had actually a mating season. They were an example of a sapient race with a mating season. And when mating season happens, your horns grow in. But like if you already have last year's set of horns, they just like get added to like the horns that you already have.
Yeah.
You gain another point.
Yeah, they grow more big and more ostentatious.
Yeah.
Something you would expect to see from like an old archdevil is for it to have like the
hundreds or thousands of points and branches.
Bells tinkling throughout like their essentially headdress of horns.
For sure.
They've got like silks draped all throughout.
Yeah, man. That'd be sick as fuck.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah. I like it.
If it's a species that has that much of a societal thing on appearance and stuff, the constant life of pain might be something of a detriment to that, because it might be harder for them to maintain a stable society if everybody is in like constant rage mode.
Well, I mean,
that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah,
it's just my 2 cents.
I was gonna say
I
that
like to imagine. Oh, go on.
Well, I was just gonna say that the pain could be so constant that it becomes more of just something they're used to, right?
Just like background noise,
exactly, right? I feel like that's
I like
possible.
to imagine that, like, for like the big important archdevils, they don't need to move around and take care of their own needs. They have servants for that.
So they're in less pain.
Yeah, so like you might walk into a throne room of like this and see that his skin is completely solid because he's not moved for like thousands of years.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to. I get you. So they're kind of statuesque in that way.
Ooh, yeah, they'd be like gargoyles.
Exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
It's really interesting to think of a race of people who would have a society, but the leaders and the majority of them that are in power don't even move.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's so alien.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be very Namekian almost.
Yeah.
Like Super Kamiguru.
There you go.
I mean, he drank all of them, so.
Yeah,
well. Water.
Let's see. He's trying really hard. Oh, right. I read that. It's usually just a modern society with medieval technology, from what I've seen, at least. Yeah, usually for D&D stuff. Yeah.
At least that's the base. Like, that's the.
It does.
That's Faerun, effectively.
Yeah, it does really feel that way. Come, players, see what you never did before. Camera pans to a tabaxi passed out in a horse stable. Yes, exactly. All right.
Anyway.
And then that player character, that Dragon Master character, is going to emote. They're going to show emotions based on the current situation.
How fucking insane. Are you telling me that my character is going to react to situations the way that they would emotionally? Holy
in the scene that he's
God.
in and is experiencing?
All right, Scott, how about you keep the telling me how my character will act at a minimum, okay?
This is just unreasonable. I don't understand.
Why do we keep letting this man in the kitchen?
You don't understand. He's gotta cook.
We keep actively thrusting a whisk into this man's hands.
And entertain me.
Yes, exactly.
One, you got 2 options: entertain me or piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, really.
Of emotions is going to go back to the Dragon Master personally, right? Do they take some of those emotions? Do they attach them to themselves? Do they allow them to change their own personal emotional mix because they now understand emotions that they prior would never have experienced? A perfect example of this is the death of a player character. The death of a Dragon Master character.
Now,
this just... Oh, sorry.
So let's actually... I'm not going to attribute this to D&D, but that I can actually completely... I think that that's completely understandable and an interesting way... That's an interesting discussion to have. Like, and this is not specifically D&D, like I said. This can be a TV show, this can be a movie, this can be a book, this can be a video game, be anything. Where you're experiencing an emotion that another character is, and you never really, and it's something you would have never experienced, and you take that with you, and it changes you. I think that that's completely natural.
Yes, that's the thing. It is something that is part of our daily lives in general. I wouldn't say never experienced, right? That's the only thing, because just like situations that we've created are based in our reality, to such a degree that we can recognize the emotional states and such that characters feel because of them. Because alien situations are hard to really create, because what is that, What is something that's different than everything that we've done in general? We have our basis in something that is the real that we experience, right? But like you're saying, don't attribute that to D&D, because
it's not specific. It can't be just D&D. D&D is just a fucking game.
It is.
It truly is.
And again, it can be a tool that's used for that. We talked about this literally before. You just put yourself in somebody else's shoes. That's it. That's all you got to do, is just think about their situation, what they've experienced, if you can get information on that, and thus understand what they've done. It's the difference between sympathy and empathy.
Yes.
That's literally it. We have those words because we can do that. And we've classified it.
And we've had those words long before D&D was invented,
Long before D&D. So this just in, Garibay fucking understands empathy and sympathy.
Local man understands empathy and sympathy, attributes it to wrong source.
Yes, exactly.
Who would like to take some bets that Garibay would not say empathy or sympathy? He would try to marry it to as many syllables as possible.
Oh, yeah.
So he would, turn it into an adjective, and he'd be like, and empathetically-ify.
Exactly. Yeah, well, that's what he's doing right now. Understanding and processing it emotionally. That's what he's saying.
Empathize.
Yeah.
Empathize, God damn it.
It's you're 100% right, I feel.
Yeah.
There's no...
This is what it is.
Piece of punk for your character expressing themselves emotionally. Wait, how? Isn't he the guy against accents or whatever? Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
So they can't have it. They have to be pretty much your voice or monotone. That's the only way. In which case, monotone, apparently you have to express yourself. Neat.
Yeah.
You shouldn't call someone to cook so lightly. It will probably destroy them. Yes, the mental torment of the broken glass that we have dragged him through to cook for us.
Yeah.
We haven't had a spot in forever, and I apologize for that. But really, it's just...
Yeah. Like, God.
Oh.
Help.
When people sit at the table, they could start as early as 12. Even if you're 18
Oh my God.
or 20, you may have never experienced a death, right? Someone that you had journeyed with, someone that you cared about. And that emotional impact.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Me experiencing my father's death is totally different than me experiencing the death of somebody else's character. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the character was way more traumatic.
Yeah, right? Exactly. The character death was so much more. No, fuck you. Absolutely fuck you.
Yeah. Garibay is 100% the sort of person to walk up to someone mourning the death of a loved one and lay a hand on their shoulder and be like, I know exactly what you're going through.
Yeah,
I just lost a character last week.
Fuck right off. It is no. Fuck right off forever. Are you fucking kidding me?
Unfortunately, I don't think he is.
It's
unbelievable.
It is.
At the table. And we've done nothing with this for 50 years. We have not really explored what it means to experience death before we experience it IRL.
Are you fucking kidding me?
We haven't had this discussion. We don't know what this emotional mixture really means at all. At all.
You're right about that, because we still don't. when you're doing it just through D&D. You don't. You really fucking don't, okay? Fuck off. We, in so many quotation marks. Yes, exactly, Pizza Funk. We. Oh my god.
So this bi-directional flow, how much of the emotions of the player character do we take in personally? How much of our own emotions that we're not allowed to express in our real life, right? In our AEOR, in our Earth, EARTH, Earth 1, right?
What the fuck?
Or O-Earth, Earth Gary, right? Like,
what the
how
Earth,
much of...
What?
Stop! Just stop!
All right, guys, you know what? I'll be honest. I'm kind of also playing a Game Boy game. So, like, admittedly, I may have, like, blipped out there for a second.
No.
You're lucky. You did not.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you did not. This is, we're just, where is it? Connecting D&D with random things. I don't, where are we? Where the fuck are we? What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know. This is, we already, oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm one away and I am not getting it.
D&D transhumanism is all I need for that one too.
I need hypocrisy and transhumanism.
Rip.
Earth Gary. Yeah, Earth Gary. Oh god, he's become a multiversal Garibay. Exactly, Pizza Funk. Exactly. It's just in one ear and out the other at this point, and me just going, huh?
Yeah. Jesus.
I just can't.
Christ.
Of our emotions here on this planet in our physical form are allowed to be expressed in this other world, right? And again, people are like, oh, you know, Dungeons and Dragons about cotton goblins in half, and you're like, do you understand what's happening here? There's a group of people,
I'm cutting goblins in half.
Intelligent, courageous people who
he hyperfixates on one specific point that he's heard. And that's it. That's the only thing that's out there that people are talking about D&D. Like, there's no sense of discussion of, no, that's not the only thing that people think about this, Garibay. It really isn't. But he's like, no, this is the thing that I heard yesterday, and I really got to talk about it because I heard it from one person.
Yeah.
You know? And that represents every single other person.
I was talking to one guy on Twitter.
Yes, exactly.
He learned it from the Ministry of Truth. That way we cannot question it.
Cannot question it.
Damn it.
What would a person standing at a crosswalk seeing the man ranting in his car be thinking about at that moment? They would be like, oh, he's a really impassionate person. I wonder what he's talking about. Because they wouldn't be hearing it. Oh no, he has window open. Never mind. They would go, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, the only thought going through their head just would be, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Have this entire additional set of lives in which they're able to emote safely.
This is the thing that I've brought up before of, like, when you're playing a character in D&D, to me, you're playing another life. Like, that's just to make it so that I have that understanding of this is a character, or this is a person that I'm playing, so that I'm not, like, using metagame knowledge and all that kind of stuff, and I'm going from their perspective only and all that kind of stuff. That's something that I've said, and I believe that, but I wouldn't put it to such an extent of, but this is D&D specifically, and if you're ever role-playing in anything else, it's not the same. And, you know, like, in any respect, it's just a way that I get into character. You know, it's my mentality so that I can get into character better. And I share that with others to hopefully have that be a seed that might help them get into character better. But I'm not gonna say, oh, this is the only way, you know? Or anything like that. It's just a little helpful piece of advice, and that's it. But this is like, we didn't understand that this was the way. And oh, have you ever played a character that thinks and acts differently than you? Well, my God, D&D is here to save you.
He's like a crazy cult leader screaming on the fucking side of the street.
Exactly.
Except it's all D&D related.
Exactly.
So the robes are still appropriate.
Yes. Oh my God. So
there are cult leaders in Call of Cthulhu that aren't as batshit insane as Garibay.
It's true.
I should know. I'm writing one.
It's true. Earth.exe has stopped working. True. So Garibay has a Zinchian bargain for the most useless cursed knowledge. Yes.
Oof.
Yes, he does.
Rip.
Other people don't have this. And do you know what they're doing because they don't have this? They're taking outrageous, extreme measures, right? Dealing with substances. Taking
my fucking God.
risky behaviors, right? Because they have these emotions pent up and they have absolutely no outlet for it, right? Whereas Gary literally built worlds to take on all this human excess, right?
Oh my God.
And to give
Gary!
Okay.
Gary Slanesh?
Yeah. D&D transhumanism. I'm just doing it now.
Ooh.
It's so... I got a bingo from this. I didn't want it.
No, you just want out.
No, I didn't
cheater.
want it. I didn't want this, but Jesus Christ.
Which one was it again?
D&D transhumanism. Will Garibay be in your campaign, boo?
Oh God, no. Fuck.
But like, it's you can't do this. You can't put this as your magnum opus point in your video that people are doing bad shit because they don't have this emotional outlet that is D&D. You just like sure, some people probably have that as a reason, a potential reason, but my God, dude, do you not remember the fact that we as humans are built of so many different experiences and everything and reasons as to why we do things, and you cannot equate, like, D&D is useful to help you with things. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it can be. But my God, is it not the only way? A fucking therapy exists, my guy. Like, it is a standard that we have to make it so that people can let out bad shit so that they can deal with their day to day. There are so many ways.
Guys would rather turn a hobby into something pseudo-religious than go to therapy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. Fucking hell, I hate that meme.
It's
very funny.
Oh, drug abuse is directly caused by lack of D&D, nothing else, Scott Garibay. Now, thankfully, that's not exactly what he's saying. He's just saying that in general, people out loud. Oh yeah, out loud. But it's just in general that people have no way to release certain emotions, so they do bad things. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude, no. Alejo, I don't understand this, man. Help.
Dude, you think we do?
I just...
We play bingo with his bad shit insanity.
It's just...
This is the only way we can cope.
Anyway, my bingo is Gygax, a fundamental misunderstanding of reality besides DMing, connect D&D with random things, terrible time management, and D&D transhumanism.
Congratulations, are you happy?
No. I'm not happy. I'm not fulfilled. I'm sad. My win will be translated into people at random.
Nothing.
People at random. I'm going to choose you at some point in our Discord or in the chat and everything, just to like get something, because I need to give. I need to give.
So much has been taken. We need to give.
Oh my God. I just need to. Yes, my sanity has been taken. I will give you things. I will give somebody the Delta Green bundle who wants it. Please tell me if you want it. I will give it to you. Congrats on the bingo. Leon Kennedy would be proud. Thank you, RDX. Oh, I'm not proud of it,
bro. Sorry.
Yeah,
That
Alejo
was a
wins
great
the
scene.
Delta Green.
Fuck, that game is so good.
It
Dude.
is. All right. I'm gonna redo bingo boards.
Well, let's let him finish. Finish.
Yes,
the
true.
video.
Yes, sorry. That's true.
Like,
Thank you.
I'm pretty close to a bingo too,
Okay.
and I would like to give away my bingo.
I understand.
I need
Turning
a
a hobby into
pharmacy
something
or
suitable.
parked.
All right. Okay.
Tangible space where the risk, the physical, real world risks, the physical EARTH world.
Stop it.
Right? And the reason why I'm saying that is real world. Like, yes, we live here physically, right? But
Okay.
every single one of you is starting to understand that these worlds that we're building, they are very real in many ways, and what they accomplish is extremely real. And the absence of it in other human lives is shockingly real, right?
Oh no. He basically said the whole lack of D&D and nothing else thing because of that.
Yep.
Oh.
This ability to have a bi-directional flow for our emotions, to receive emotions that are EARTH IRL, right? Experience would never allow, and this pressure valve where we can move an excess of emotion into a player character, into a Dragon Master character, and emote there. It's astounding. It is shockingly important, right? And critical. This is
Critical.
a critical change. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing
there's
less.
that.
What's important is when I hear your humble opinion. When you get in the
God.
comments and send your traffic, please consider like subscribing and have a fetch millennium.
Ooh.
Ugh.
I'm gonna give you parked because I think he did just park because he looked at the phone for more than a few seconds, like he was just looking straight into it. So if you have parked, you can put parked.
I have a bingo, and I would like to give away my prize to the next viewer who gets a bingo.
There you go.
I would also like to say that I take it you guys have the same like end of video thumbnail where he's off on the left and he's got,
with the
like,
train car. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to let you know that you could run a marathon between the man's pupils.
Oh my god. Oh, this is horrible.
It truly is. Aiden, why? Why?
What have you done to us?
You're welcome, Boo.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Turning a hobby into something pseudo religious. Who would do that? No one I could think of. Shit.
Yeah.
Nice. Alejo will give unto us his poor, tired, worn souls. Yes. So D&D is real life now. Yes.
It always was.
Yeah, always. Called it. Not happy about that, but I did. There you go. Where is my dragons then, huh? Answer me that, sir. Yeah. Dang, if it's real life, where's my ability to cast Fireball on haste? Yes, exactly. Exactly. All right, everybody. We're going to move on to the next round of bingo. Get your bingo boards ready, everybody, or I will get them ready for you. If you do not have one, the link is in the description right now. It's also in the chat, and I'll repost it in a second here. Scramble and clear. Confirm.
That's right, Bingo Monkey.
That's right. I'm your bingo man.
Reset my card.
I will. There is the link. If it doesn't work in the sense of clicking the thing, copy and paste it so you can get the card. Oh,
got it.
The next one is the shortest one. It's the one that you were looking forward to, Aiden.
Oh God.
Ooh, let's go. Oh, fuck yeah. All right.
Processing narrative spiritually is key. At least it's short. At least it's short. Okay. This is...
How many are we doing? Is this number 4?
This is 4 out of 5. We are almost done.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand. I'm morbidly curious.
You are spent.
I'm gonna die. Okay. All right. So I am. Yeah, you're right. Spent is a good word.
Mm.
I don't think I'm gonna do comments tonight. I just want to go to bed. I'm sorry, everybody.
How weak.
You can blame Aiden for my weakness. All right. Anyway, okay. So, this is processing narrative spirituality is key. IMHO. It's 3 minutes and 50 seconds. This one will go by really fast.
Wow.
And then we can use
That's the
last
shortest
one.
Garibay video I've ever seen, actually.
Yeah. So, here we go, everybody. I'm scared. Oh, yes, of course. Make sure that you have marked off our Lord Garibay, the free space, of course. And here we go.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to talk about processing the D&D narrative spiritually. All right, so we played Dungeons spiritually. We processed the Dungeons & Dragons narrative intellectually for 50 years.
We did?
And we did it completely wrong.
Wow.
Our intellect was primarily focused on DPS, damage per second. What is the best ranger build that I could do the most damage with? What's the best feat, right? And the reality is that is the most rank amateur use of Dungeons & Dragons possible. Ironically.
Condescension. Condescension.
Yeah.
I do like unironically love that term, calling somebody rank amateur.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't have
So-
condescension. No.
I don't
I
have
do.
condescension either, but you will perhaps pick up on the fact that he said the most rank amateur use
Yes.
of D&D.
Yeah.
Because D&D is not a hobby, it is a tool.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
very true.
And as such, I would argue
Yeah.
that this is D&D is more than a game.
Oh.
Like, he will lead into it more later, so I'm
Absolutely.
fine with letting him cook.
No. It's fine to put it now. I think D&D is more than a game is absolutely something else because that's just going to be the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been the theme, unfortunately. You broke Boo and Alejo. Aiden, why, senpai? Why?
Why'd you done this? How could you have done this?
Comment
I'm
needs.
not even
no
watching
regrets.
Hitman Reborn. Ugh.
My comment needs rehearting because I edited it. That's extremely important. Don't worry, I'll get there. It's just I'll do it for next time. As long as you don't edit it again by the time that I've gotten to it next time around. All right.
It's what most channels are focused on, right? Like the least important part gets the most focus. It's very frustrating. So
Thank God you're absolutely
you know what's interesting? We're talking about
pseudo-religious
Oh, hey, nose wipe.
psychobabble.
Nose wipe.
Oh, nice.
Nose wipe. Nose
Thank
wipe.
God his insane psychobabble gets no attention.
Yeah.
Thank fuck.
Nose
All
wipe.
right, I need to see that clip again
Yeah,
because Boo was talking.
Yeah. I got
Sorry.
you.
It's very frustrating. So, but what you know what's interesting? We're talking about Dungeons and Dragons in context of spirituality, so I'll throw this in here. Evangelical Christians understand this.
There we go. There's your religion.
Yeah.
There's your religion immediately, of course.
Surprise religion.
There it is. Surprise religion, everybody. Wee.
Alejo, how could you do this to me? I don't have that on this card.
Well, I figured that I'd give you a little bit of a,
Oh wait, yes I do.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Couldn't even make my joke. Shit. 'Cause my brain didn't work. So it's just I can't process anything intellectually right now, apparently. I'm processing everything emotionally. It's fine. It sucks.
Character build and getting the strongest build
Here it is.
is end times theology.
Yeah, so
What? What the fuck?
Please mark off a fundamental misunderstanding of reality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay, so wait.
So he is now.
Rewind it just a touch. We need to let him finish that sentence a
Yeah.
little bit more.
Character build and getting the strongest build is end times theology for evangelical Christians. If you roll up in a church and you ask to somebody, and you start talking to them about Christianity, good Christians are going to be like, hey, let's talk about sanctification. Let's talk about, the New Testament and the Old Testament. Let's talk about the love of Jesus Christ. The worst possible Christians, evangelical Christians, all they want to talk about is end times theology, eschatology, right? Oh, let's talk really deeply about amillennialism versus premillennialism versus tribmillennial. It's the whole...
What the fuck kind of church do you go to?
I don't.
Maybe that's why he's psychotic.
I also want to just put this as connecting D&D to random things.
Yeah?
I
What in the fuck?
I don't. You okay?
I've never even heard of that.
He's just equated that if you are talking about fucking building a character to, I don't have that. Fuck. If you're talking about building a character to be basically min-maxing, that it is the same as an evangelical Christian talking about only the end time stuff in the Bible. All of the stuff that is Revelations and such?
I don't pick that up at all.
You don't?
Absolutely not.
How?
What I pick up is him saying, making a powerful character in D&D is because you want to you want to be powerful in the big fight in Armageddon when that happens.
I don't get that at all. That is completely, I don't see that in the slightest. I see it as just the equating it to somebody wanting to talk only about that subject, because he's saying that those are the bad kinds of D&D players and two evangelical Christians.
Oh yeah, I see.
That's what it is.
Although eschatology is absolutely a totally legitimate approach to Christianity.
Oh, absolutely it is. That's the thing.
The Bible is a living document
for
Christians. It is a document that stuff from it has happened and will continue to happen. Until we reach the end of Revelations.
Exactly.
Studying Revelations and being an eschatologist and learning a bunch of biblical lore just only helps to deepen your faith.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Garibay, are you gatekeeping Christianity in a D&D video? Yes.
Yes.
If you have Gatekeeper Garibay, please mark that as well. Would this also be most people playing D&D wrong? Yes, sorry, didn't do that before. Yes, you're right. That is also something.
Wouldn't that have technically been applicable to all the previous
Yes, it has been.
Too?
Absolutely. I forgot about it in the previous
non-categorical insanity.
Yes.
Yes.
Did we mark off condescension?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first thing.
Yes.
We got.
Yeah, and
hold
the
on.
nose wipe.
Okay. Where's my? Okay.
Non-categorical insanity.
Oh, there that is. Okay. I don't have Gatekeeper Garibay. Unfortunate. Damn.
Purple repetition.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
We aren't there yet. I just. Okay. Yeah.
So,
wow.
Remember when I said from seconds 60 to 75?
Yeah.
You're just wandering around in an Iranian wasteland.
Yeah.
Wondering where are we? How did we get here?
Just. Wow. Okay. Let's continue. Garibay has stared too long into the abyss and fought too long with monsters. Spent a few seconds in the warp with the shield down.
Yeah.
At this
Get
point,
that Gellerfield back up, my guy.
That's right. At this point, why even reference other religions if you're just gonna make your own? True. Wow. Okay.
Thing, right? It's the same thing. The worst Dungeons and Dragons players focus on character build. It is a sign, right? That's saying, hey, I'm not really that I don't use Dungeons and Dragons well. Nothing happening at my table matters, will ever matter.
Jesus Christ.
Right? But so let's talk about
And yet
processing.
he has talked about how every story at every D&D table is super important.
But no. Importantly to this, you can't connect with it because you're min-maxing. That's what he's saying.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Which
gotcha,
is
gotcha.
incredibly acinine. Like,
Yes, it is.
I don't. Again, like I said before, his whole view on D&D is draconian.
Yes.
I just.
So you know what? When I make characters in games,
Yeah.
I actually sometimes, unless something really funny happens or something interesting happens, like for example, you remember Alejo and Aiden, yeah, you were both here for this, when we played D&D, Call of Cthulhu years ago.
Yeah.
And you were playing as Marcus, and I don't remember who Aiden was playing as, unfortunately. He was playing as the cop
Yes.
who blew the guy's head off as an intimidate roll.
Yeah.
I had a DMPC that I was going to introduce because I just wanted to play.
Sure.
Because it was my first time playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And when I rolled up the character, I actually, on 3d6, I rolled 3 1s for strength. I rolled my
Ooh.
3d6 in order. And I'm like, huh, that's interesting. So I kept that.
Yeah.
And then I rolled up like an 80 in size. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. How the fuck does that work?
Mm.
And I'm like, I got it. So this guy used to be like a big football player.
Yeah.
But he was attacked by cultists and they broke his fucking limbs.
Sure.
And they kidnapped his girlfriend or whatever.
Sure.
They were gonna use her as a sacrifice. And they killed her.
Yeah. Fair.
So they broke his limbs so that he couldn't pursue or call the police in time to get her to save her.
Sure.
And so that was why he was this big dude with no strength. So unless I have an actual like character defining story idea like that, I tend to actually min-max a little bit.
Oh, sure.
It's not because I want to be the person who steals the spotlight. It is because I want my characters to be useful and good so that I can survive and continue to be engaged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's
because when I've got a character story that I really like and they die, I get down about that because I'm like, well, damn it, that story's over and you know it's just done, and it pulls me out just a touch. Normally, when I make the next character, I bounce right back, but for that little brief moment, it does pull me out of it.
Sure.
So I try to make good characters that don't die, so I don't get pulled out of it.
Yeah, I get you.
It was the same thing with Jesse in fucking Delta Green. I wasn't upset at all. It was my choice to do what I did, and I fucking got splattered on a fucking dumpster.
That's right.
From 20 stories up. And
That's
I'm like,
right.
well, fuck. I liked that character, but you know what? Once I made that new character that I've got now, I really got into the story. And
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have the same kind of reaction when he dies.
Yeah, exactly.
And yet, you know, that is just how I build characters. I min-max the stats, but I try to make a really compelling story so that it's not so egregious.
Well, this is the thing. Like, min-maxing is never that big of an issue.
It's really not.
It really, like, we've talked about it before. Min-maxing is just another way that you can play things.
Indeed.
It's just that if you are acting in a way that is detracting from the experience for everybody else because you're min-maxing and trying to, as you said, steal the spotlight or just, like, being a dick about it, really. Oh, you didn't min-max your character. You fucking suck.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you're putting them down because they aren't doing it exactly the same way that you are. That's when it's a problem. But otherwise, it's like, well, you're just really efficient and you're the guy that's really good at it. You know, like, that's fine.
We specialize. We have a small group.
Exactly. And, like, even in bigger groups, it's just like, well, yeah, he just does really good, and you can rely on him to do his thing, right?
Boris.
Yeah, exactly. Like, legitimately, there's not a problem unless the intention behind it or the attitude with it is problematic. You know?
And I just wanted to make sure that everybody in the audience knew that that I am better than you at min-maxing. So fuck you.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about that.
So, so it's like he's really, and he is, again, the draconian aspects are rearing their head again, because this is that argument that we don't see anymore, really, about min-maxing, because min-maxing is not the issue. We all know it's not the issue anymore. It's the player and how they act, really. It's just, and if there is no communication at the table to really express, oh, dude, why are you being like that? Can you not?
Don't do that.
No?
Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. And then, like, you have a conversation about it, and then you can resolve the issue. But this is literally just, hey man, don't min-max, it's bad. It will always lead to you being a bad person in your games. And it's like, okay,
yeah,
cool, man, sure, all right.
I feel like Garibay has probably had, or at least given by the content of his videos, I wonder if he has had like the most horrible experiences in D&D the most times.
It does seem that way.
You know?
Or at least he just keeps those as the only things that he really thinks about, which is unfortunate and unhealthy.
You know, you know what I would genuinely kind of like to hear one day? I would love to hear from Garibay specifically. I would love to have him upload a video where it's just a fucking war story and it's just a good old time.
Sure, yeah. Just tell me all about it.
Because he has been playing D&D forever.
Yeah, just tell me all about your cool campaigns and stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would be super neat. It would be a nice juxtaposition from the, you know, insanity.
Yeah, 100%. You're off the edge of the map, mate. Here there be monsters. Hector Barbosa, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. Drove his car through the warp with the window down, I should have said. Yes.
You know, actually, speaking of driving through the warp, did you know that there is what is that game where you're in a submarine underwater and you're in like a
you're talking about like Remy's video last night.
Yes.
I haven't watched it myself, but I know of the game. I know of the game.
Yeah. Barotrauma. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have that game.
Barotrauma
cool.
has a mod where you're a guardsman on a ship going through the warp, and you have like actual like chaos space marines and shit breaking into the ship.
Oh, that's really cool. Fuck yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Rubik's Raptor did a video on it yesterday.
Oh,
actually.
nice. Yeah, Rubik's, not Remy.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Iron Lung.
Very funny.
Never mind, sorry. No, you're good. Iron Lung is also one of those where you're in the submarine, but you can't see outside at all.
Very scary.
Oh, that one's really good. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons spiritually, the D&D narrative spiritually. So first and foremost, I understand this seems incredibly problematic. You're like, Scott, there's nothing spiritual about D&D. You're not paying attention. D&D has a power.
No. We're paying too much attention, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is this most people play D&D wrong?
Oh, I think we've had that. I think we've had that for a while. Yeah. And I don't have that on my sheet, unfortunately. So
yeah, I have it on mine, so we have had it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Full theological statement, and it has had that powerful theological statement every single day of its 5 decades existence. And that statement is, we very much live in a supernatural world. There is a God, right? How do they say this?
God,
They've said this in every single setting, right? They're like, you live in a supernatural world.
Oh, okay,
the idea of whether gods are powerful and can heal people and can transform people's lives is not a question here. There are no agnostics and atheists in any D&D realm.
Wait a second, Scott. They're just they're dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're dumb, but they absolutely do exist.
Yeah, it would be a bad thing for them to think that, because they would get probably annihilated pretty easily. But you know,
I don't know if they would get annihilated so much as the gods probably just wouldn't care.
Well, it's more well, I guess that's true, actually.
Right.
Well, unless they're a vengeful one.
They have enough.
That's the thing. Yeah.
They've got enough worshippers. I don't think they care about, Jimmy Buttfuck out in, his hometown of Buttfuck nowhere.
True.
Aiden, actually.
The buttfuck family is a proud family in nowhere.
It's very true. They were the founders. Anyway, Aiden, I have a question for you, Mr. Religious Man. Both a religious man and scientist. Kind of contradictory, but anyway.
Well.
So in the case of, say you have like a goblin tribe who lives in a cave and, you know, is like hunter-gatherers, they hunt and eat like spiders and shit. I don't know. They never even attack people. And they don't know about the gods that exist in the D&D world. Would they be considered atheist or agnostic? I assume agnostic.
They'd be considered agnostic.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured. But I just wanted to confirm with our religious scholar here.
So, the way atheist and agnostic, the like definitions of the words is agnostic means like the prefix like atypical, it's not typical. You're not Gnostic. Gnostic is a religious term. It means well studied.
I see.
So the way the word is typically used, though, just means you don't think that there is a god, or you have no real opinion one way or the other.
You remain unconvinced.
Yes. An atheist is someone who is convinced that there is not a god.
I see.
Gotcha. There you go. No shit, it's problematic, this video, yeah. Is in D&D there are many gods, just saying. Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Dark Sun
infinite, depending on who's writing it.
All, Dark Sun wasn't in first era D&D. It is in second era D&D. It is not in third era D&D. It is in fourth era D&D, and it has been fully abandoned in
5e.
In fifth era D&D.
Jesus Christ, that's
Why
wild.
are we going era now? I get that it's been for 50 years, but my guy, it's
because he's got to look smart.
The 5th season.
Fuck off.
Just like ours.
God damn it.
You know what? Sure, there's a god, a D&D god, and I'm sure we are all going to Dice Hell Forges because we weren't playing D&D right. Yes, that's right.
So Dark Sun never worked, right? And I think, and it's why
it was around for 40 years, because it didn't work.
They didn't reinterpret it and stuff, so whatever.
A decade of 2014 era D&D, you've never seen Dark Sun. So that is the first spiritual truth we.
Okay, the Dark Sun thing was a complete non sequitur. First off, a non-explanation as well. I'm gonna say, because I don't know what the fuck we're doing here.
Fair.
So,
fair
complete non sequitur, non-explanation. Oh, I just need politics. That one's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
But also, I would say that at this point we've had a triple repetition of the point, at least I believe. Because D&D is intellectual spirituality or whatever.
So then, I must ask then, because he's saying how Dark Sun is bad, is this shade towards other TTRPGs?
No, that's part of D&D. It's part of D&D.
Okay.
And also, he's not saying it's bad, he's just saying they abandoned it.
Okay.
Also, I want to say
motherfucker, that was the last one I needed.
I'm sorry. I'm saying also that this is terrible time management, because this video is nothing, and I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to be learning here.
Yeah.
He's talked about like bad evangelicals, and that's what I've got from this video, and I'm like, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Anyway,
he
did a circuit. He came back.
Did he say?
Does he work at KFC?
Oh, did he? Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I mentioned he came back to the.
Oh,
KFC.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Does he work at it?
I doubt it. I think he just started here.
Is the first spiritual truth in my humble opinion, that we walk.
There it is. Yep. In my humble opinion, is there as well.
Yeah. I don't actually have that one.
Let me see if I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Cool.
Nice.
Dude, I'm so close to so many bingos.
All right. Well,
like, that's my card.
Ooh. Oh wow, yeah, you really are.
I'm next to 3.
Wow. Are we marking non-explanation? Yes. Non-explanation is also gonna be marked for sure. I don't have it myself.
I wonder where Gary considers Matt Mercer in the D&D IRL ERATH.
No.
Hierarchy. Where does he consider him in the hierarchy?
I don't know.
Is he like a demigod, or is he more like a saint?
Saint,
Right?
probably. Saint, I would go for.
Alejo, you've spent more time on Discord than I have. How do I selectively mute other users?
What you need to do is right-click my name.
I think so.
Ah,
Yeah, there you go.
there it
Just
is.
right-click my portrait.
I have the power.
Yep.
Away from with D&D. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.
Let's
I hate
go.
you.
He
He's
didn't-
parking.
He didn't park.
Damn it, that was the last one I
He
needed.
didn't park.
He didn't park.
Fuck.
Damn it. Oh well.
If Gary is God of Earth, Gary is God. Sorry, if Gary is God of Earth, Gary is Matt Mercer. Jesus here to die for our D&D sins.
Yeah, right? Like,
That's right, Draco
man.
Dragon. That's right. Okay, we have one more, the final one. Nobody got a bingo. Let's go. It's
All
time.
I need is parked, shade towards t'other TTRPGs, or darkness / can't see, and that's an instant bingo.
Well, there you go. This is.
I just need D&D transhumanism.
So this last one, that one before was processing narrative spirituality is key. But this one is processing narrative spirituality is critical in my humble opinion. And I, for a second, thought that I had copy-pasted the link from the previous video for this one, but I did not.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's
Hey,
6
The
minutes.
KFC. It's
The KFC!
Oh my god, yeah! Dude, did he get a part-time job at that KFC?
I don't know, man.
Taco Bell?
I have no idea.
So,
I should go for some Taco Bell, man.
KFC Taco Bells are actually a thing I know weirdly much about. It is impossible for any more KFC Taco Bells to crop up anywhere in the US.
Really?
And every time one closes is like the last of an endangered species.
Really?
Oh my god.
Is it because of rights?
Those two companies are no longer doing the promotion that led to those companies being in the same building anymore.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
That's very interesting.
So the amount of them has slowly whittled down across the US.
I'm sure there will always be a few that remain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
at least for a good
probably.
long while. It's kind of like malls, where
Yeah.
most of them are dead, but you still have famous ones or popular ones.
It's like how there's one Blockbuster in Canada, you know? Like,
yeah,
there's gonna be
that's
one.
fucking great though.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Aiden, quick question: is Garibay disrespectful to Christians when he does this shit?
No.
No.
Misguided.
Yes.
But that'd be about it.
Yes, he's keeping them alive.
Oh my god!
Oh.
We can't get rid of him now. Fuck, call off the assassins.
All right, here we go. This is almost 6 minutes. So here we go.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay.
Hi.
And today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons. And we are specifically going to talk about processing the D&D narrative spiritually. So we played Dungeons & Dragons wrong for 50 years. I'm convinced that as like this 50.
I know you're convinced. You made 5 videos about it. Of course you're convinced.
Wait, weren't there more? I thought there were more.
No, this is the last one.
Oh, thank fucking God. I
Unless
thought there
he's
were 10.
posted a new one next fucking 2 weeks from now or something. I don't know. But, like, this is the last one that I know of at the moment.
Okay, good.
Oh my god. Probably not disrespectful, but it seems like a bad rep. Yeah. Yes. All right.
Celebration is a celebration of escaping every mistake we made with Dungeons and Dragons.
Your faith was never in
I think
question,
virtually nothing we
Garibay.
did was right. We never understood the value of what was happening at the table. We didn't understand how it was impacting us as human beings, and how we as human beings were really fundamentally changing the very nature of narrative for all of humanity at the Dungeons and Dragons table, and how also Dungeons and Dragons was highlighting the very best of secular humanity, right? Literally the best secular humans. People who are charismatic, confident, and intelligent, and not evil. That part is really
What? What?
Just so he's just saying that as
non-secular people are evil.
No. That's not what he's saying. What he is saying is that it is promoting some of the best people who are creative and not evil. Some of. He's not saying everyone's evil or anything. Don't take it that way.
That's why I thought it's like,
yeah,
oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
I love it.
No. He's just
bad shittery.
No, he's just praising that the people who made D&D aren't evil. Yes, you're right, I guess.
Sure. Why not?
I'll give you this one. Is this the agreeable
No. Because he prefaced it with it being, there's, like, I don't want to agree with him for this at all. I just don't care. It's just stupid.
It really is. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
important, like not evil. What do I mean by that? Well, Dungeons and Dragons has been incredibly woke, incredibly progressive from day one.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
And if you have a bunch of prejudices and you're a horrible hate monger, there's no place for you in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, we can count woke as politics.
That's true.
Yeah.
He said, "Whoa, I get a bingo."
Let's
Hey.
go.
Hey.
You know what?
Get a bingo.
Alejo, you ought to change the add to your list, change politics to politics/woke.
I should. Yes, actually, you're absolutely correct.
Just so that way we remember that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yet to see any hypocrisy.
No, yeah.
I need hypocrisy or D&D transhumanism.
Yeah. We'll keep going with our
Now I
current
need an
boards,
agreeable
everybody.
take, and I ain't getting that shit.
Oh my god, yeah. Why is he like this? What happened? What even sent him onto his path?
know.
Just D&D, it wards the evil away. That's right. Okay, cool. I didn't want to say it was disrespectful not being one.
A game of
Yeah.
D&D a day keeps the devil away. God.
Look,
Yes.
My bingo card has G for Garibay.
It does! Oh my god! Hold on, I gotta show that.
Holy
Oh
shit,
my
yeah,
god,
I didn't
that's
notice it at
amazing!
first. That's very good.
Hold
Well
on.
done.
Hold on. Here you go, everybody. Look at Aiden's current bingo card. This is great.
And it's a big capital G,
I
too.
love it. I love it. It's so good. Okay. All right. Oh, fuck. We're almost done. We're almost out of hell.
There never has been. The game has taken actions to ensure that only people of kindness and tolerance pursue it. And it's been in every single D&D canon hardback. Right? They're like, oh, you don't think that, it's just across the board, right? They're like, what's your alignment? We would like to know if you're good, evil, or...
No, not this argument again. He did this before. No, alignment charts don't mean that people are evil. What are you doing? Why are you bringing that up?
Man.
God. Oh my god.
Or neutral, right? And you're like, wait, when I sit down at Monopoly, it doesn't ask me what my morality is, right?
What are you fucking talking about? You're
it's
playing Monopoly. You're obviously fucking evil.
Yeah, that's the landlord's game. Come on.
This is the fucking point. Yeah, you're a landlord. You're a capitalist. Shit. Of course you're fucking evil. Monopolies are evil.
I can't. This is so fucking stupid. Don't talk
Aiden,
about alignment.
Bad.
Aiden, why did you do this?
What did I do?
You brought
this to our attention.
Brought this horror.
Yeah, well,
Only evil people play
evil. You
evil.
pointed at the pile of dog shit and said, "Hey, look at it."
Yeah.
I can't not. It's been brought to my attention now.
Oh no.
I like to think of it as like, when someone has a sick kid, they give the kid a medicine even if it's bitter.
That's true.
Oh, like your infant
That's
leukemia?
true.
What's the bitter medicine? A bullet?
The bitter medicine is Garibay.
Yes, it's
God
true.
Damn it is. Shit.
I love Pizza Funk said, nah, my alignment is the shoe.
Oh man, thimble all the way. True thimble.
Don't even get me started about fucking cars, okay?
I was gonna say lawful car.
Oh,
my
fuck.
God.
Oh,
Extremely
it's so
good.
funny. Only evil people play evil. I love to hate that take. Yeah, it's. I don't even think that's what he's saying, but it's literally just going like he's just going on about this whole alignment thing and how it actually is important when it's really not anything but more than mechanical importance in the previous stuff, and now mechanical importance for some things now. I just, oh god, and a good
so
guideline for you to figure out your starting alignment, quote unquote.
And I mean, let's not even.
Oh, fuck.
Let's not even go into the fact that D&D, the game, is whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
So you could absolutely play some heinous shit.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
You can just look at RPG horror stories and you'll know.
That's true.
Except take that and dial it up to 11, where
Right.
you're playing as, funny mustache guy, which honestly would be kind of a super interesting campaign, but it would still be fucked.
What's it? I have the copy of Eat the Reich. I actually got that in of the being vampires that want to eat Hitler. If you remember, yeah, the Brogan showed us.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I have that now, so I want to play that at some point.
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool.
Like it's an incredible filter, right? But let's talk about processing the D&D narrative spiritually.
Okay, wait a
So
minute.
for
Hang on. That line got me because, alignment. Are you evil? An incredible filter. That's basically like saying the TSA asking with crossed arms and a raised eyebrow, "Are you a terrorist?" And then you say,
so
no.
actually though, I have a friend at work who's getting like his immigration stuff like all cleared.
Mhm.
And they do ask you apparently 3 times during your process of becoming a US citizen, are you here to commit acts of terror?
Really?
Honestly, I believe it. I just think that that's still just a really funny image, even though it's real.
Yeah. That's weird.
Little known fact, terrorists can't lie 3 times in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, what the fuck is the point of asking?
They operate on fairy rules.
If you hold cold iron up to their cheek, they burn.
That's a fey rule. Oh my god.
Wait, is it actually?
Yes, that's one of the ones. As if you ask a fey a question 3 times and they have to answer it the same, and it's truth. They have to speak the truth. It's literally because it's part of their way.
That's very
it's part of Fae. Yeah, it's
How
actually.
the fuck do they never lie?
Well, so here's the thing.
Like to each other, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You cannot lie, but bend it in such a way that you're not telling the whole truth.
Yeah. Truths, got it.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Like they talk like genies.
Yes, exactly.
They talk like genies?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yes. For a second, I thought you said jeans, but I'm like, no, there's no way he said jeans.
No, maybe my
I had to
mic
go to the
fucked
next
up.
one
No,
over.
you're good. That's literally something that I learned through the Dresden Files book, because he deals with Fae a lot of the time, actually. And he does that in order to make it so that it's less of them telling the truth, and that's the truth, they have to say it 3 times. It's more of a binding that they have to follow it.
I see.
They have to
That's
follow what they
interesting.
say if they say it
Now,
3 times, which is really cool.
Is that D&D Fae, or is
I
that
think it's just
classical Fae?
Classical Fae in general. It's one of
Classical
the
Fae.
yeah,
I see.
one of the rules.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it as a concept.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, if you ever suspect anyone is a Fae, get them to say their intention 3 times, or at least try to get them to say an intention that they have to follow 3 times, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
All terrorists are fairies. Good to know.
Yes, exactly.
Ugh.
A long time we just processed the intellectual, right? We did
Is
not
that a
really
nose
do
wipe, an
anything.
internal nose wipe?
We already have nose wipe, and he did a nose wipe before it.
Yeah.
We
This is
didn't
the
process. Oh, we only processed D&D intellectually in the first 50 years. We did not process it emotionally. We did not process it spiritually. But now
I know we already have it. No, do we have triple repetition of point? I don't remember.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
got last time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Never mind.
You already got your bingo.
we
Be
are
quiet.
saying
Oh, I already got my bingo. It's not even on my board.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons has a ton to say to every single person who sits at the table about theology, right? And one thing that I've already discussed is it's saying, hey, the idea that there is no God is ludicrous. Every single setting of Dungeons and Dragons confirms this, including Dark Sun.
Actually, you can run D&D, and in 3rd edition, they even have this. You can run D&D where there are no gods. They just get their things from the planes of energy. So the good plane, the evil plane, like, it's an energy that courses through you and that you can tap into to do your clerical spells and stuff. I remember reading this specifically in 3rd edition because it was an interesting thing. And I think it was part of the talking about the old tieflings, because they in 3rd edition came from the realm of chaos, I think it was, and because of that there were no gods there, but they could use the chaotic powers as one of their gods, quote unquote, in order to cast clerical spells.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway,
I like that, actually.
yeah, it's really neat. I actually really like it
Yeah.
as a concept.
That kind of makes me think of, like, the elemental princes and princesses.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I wish more got done with them. They're so cool.
I love the idea that Wizards of the Coast is making the claim that it's laughable to assume that there isn't a god in the universe.
Yeah.
Because you can also take the reverse statement of what they classify as gods and realize that, oh, they only consider a being that definitely actually exists and has, like, how to put this, takes actions that are easily felt and noticed by people that no, hold on, words.
Yep.
Only beings that do like, you know, they live up in heaven, they take actions that are noticed by lots of people. Only those are considered worthy of being called gods.
Exactly. That's if moment you look at it that way, it's like, oh, but that completely destroys your current point, Garibay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what? Yeah, because now it doesn't. It has no requirement of faith.
What's Yahweh got on Bahamut?
Exactly. It wouldn't fit his narrative though.
Bahamut's appeared in front of people.
Yep. I would have to say that you can process it spiritually, but you're not guaranteed to be good at philosophy, and it's definitely not something inherent to D&D. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Exhibit A.
Yes, exactly. It's the D20 system. They made it so other people can use it without gods. Yes, it's true.
Dark Sun was the one setting where they were like, there's no gods. And right now and now the door is slammed on that setting. They are not.
Oh, you're taking it that they didn't update. Okay, the moment they release Dark Sun, then you're fucked.
Yeah,
That's
right?
immediate.
Because,
like, why would you? Oh God.
And here's the other thing: Dark Sun is popular enough as a setting to remain for 40 years.
Yeah.
So they probably will.
Oh yeah.
And if they're not going to do it in 5e, they'll probably do it in 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or 5.5, whatever the fuck they're actually referring to it as. Whatever.
1 D&D. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember they were like, "Oh, 1 D&D is not 6th edition; it's gonna be like 5.75 or some shit." I don't know.
Right.
Allowing it in current D&D, right? They're like, and the reason why is it doesn't fit. It is out of sync with all of Dungeons and Dragons, which powerfully says there is a god, right? And you need to process that
It
person,
doesn't,
right?
though.
I just love love the rationalization that he has to make in order for this to fit the narrative. Because it couldn't be that they just haven't gotten to it yet. It couldn't be that they just have not. They wanted to release more popular things first. Because Dark Sun, though popular, is not the most popular thing.
Yeah, it is more of a niche thing.
It really is.
In D&D, which is already kind of a niche hobby.
Yes.
And let's be honest here, unless you're buying every single book and every single miniature, it's not the most profitable thing in the world either. Right.
I'm so out of the loop. Who is this guy? Hey, JP3 Game. This is a madman.
Oh, God. Welcome.
I'm sorry that you're here. You've missed so much.
I am so sad that this is your introduction to tonight's topic.
I hope that if you want to know more about this man and what he's capable of with his videos, please watch the VOD when it comes out, or go to the beginning of this, I guess.
Yeah,
This is a case study in what not to do.
Yes, very much so. And so we gamify it, and we put him as a bingo board.
Yes. You ought to post. Can you still give him a bingo card, and so he can get a taste of what might happen in his videos?
You can absolutely, you can look at our bingo card and see some of the absolutely scuffed shit that comes out of this for sure. If you would like. So here, I'll repost it. It's also in the description, but this is easy enough for me to go.
Nice to see new people, as always.
Always nice to see new people.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
We see you. We love you.
Sorry.
Please, money. No. Okay.
I'm sorry. I saw the intro a little bit, trying to figure it out. Well, you know. Anyway, I believe in you.
Yep.
What else is there? So we have to understand that Dungeons and Dragons is a mirror. It's a mirror we hold up to ourselves, right?
Oh my God.
And when we sit down as Dragon Masters and we fill out our character sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's saying, hey, what is your alignment, right?
No. It's asking you what your character's alignment is. It's not asking you as a person what your fucking alignment is. Why are you now doing this? I thought you were gonna keep it the other, like, you were gonna keep it not specifically about the person.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this? I just don't understand. If you want your own receptacle of Garibay wisdom, Garibay 8-Ball is on the Discord somewhere. Yes, if you go on the Discord, you may see a lot of the quotes that we have now, because Draco Kraken has kindly made the Garibay 8-Ball, that you can just see the answers to all of your questions. Any question whatsoever. Garibay 8-Ball will answer it.
Truly,
you know what?
a fantastic tool.
Yeah, you know what? Here, I'll show you. I'll show you for a moment. There it is, the Garibay 8-Ball. My question, of course, being, how the fuck did Garibay become this way? The answer being, I'm ready to cut you out of my life for that question, but I would never ghost you because that's evil. That is a thing that he has as a... That was perfect. I love it.
That was one. Very good.
It's taken from quotes from Garibay, so there you go.
Yes.
Anyway.
And there's this wink that Dungeons and Dragons does.
Oh, God.
And it's like, we're asking you about the player character. We're really asking about you. You've never
really
been
not.
asked. Are you evil? Are you neutral? Or are you good? nothing else in the world asks this, right? Nothing, right? Like not even Christianity really asks this. They're like,
Okay.
hey, we don't care what you are, right? It doesn't matter if you're
So,
evil.
Dude,
sorry, none of...
Bro needs to take at least one online personality test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, just keeping it in the realm of TTRPGs, he knows Pathfinder exists.
He does.
Yeah.
He knows that exists. He knows that, like, just any game.
You know what's funny? I know he has very low opinions of Call of Cthulhu.
Yes.
But hilariously, in Call of Cthulhu, unless you really go against the grain, the book flat out tells you this is a game about heroes.
Sure.
And
yeah.
you can't really play as the cultists trying to summon the bad guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So that is even more so being like, hey, you're the good guy. You're not evil.
Yeah, but it doesn't ask
know what I
you
mean?
the question, though.
It doesn't even ask you the question. You're just good.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be better for you?
No, because it's Call of Cthulhu.
It didn't ask.
And it didn't ask. It just said, you're a good person, I promise.
God.
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Aiden, look what you've done. You've tired Alejo out. That usually takes like a single day of work to do.
That's true. That's true.
You know, it
usually takes an entire nap for Alejo to get tired.
Also true.
Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
I consider it to be a personal success if I was able to tucker a liar, Jesus,
A liar! Oh my god!
If I was able to tucker Alejo out after only like a few YouTube videos, but he's like as tuckered as a full day of work.
Dude, all you gotta do for that is a Star Wars video. Come on.
No.
No need to go so hard.
No. Oh, God. No, they just assume you're evil from birth. Like, isn't that what original sin is for? True.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Neutral or good, you have to have Jesus.
Oh,
you're
God.
the best person ever? Yeah, you're going to hell. Or like you are going to the hot place and you're going to burn, right? Because you did one bad thing. You're not perfect. You can't sit with God, right? We don't care if you're evil, neutral, or good. But Dungeons and Dragons says it is like, let's explore your morality, right? What it then does is it says, hey, your player character is going to choose one of these.
Hold on. I need to rewind this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh.
It's like, let's explore your morality,
Oh,
right?
hold on.
Or like you are going to the hot place and you're going to burn, right? Because you did one bad thing. You're not perfect. You can't sit with God, right? We don't care if you're evil, neutral, or good. But Dungeons and Dragons says it is like, let's explore your morality.
Imagine being given a religion and also being given a TTRPG. And then saying, well, the TTRPG allows me to explore morality.
It's fucking great, dude. What the fuck, man?
Not the one with a book that is mostly spent on don't do this, do this instead.
Exactly. What a strange thing. Oh my god. I'm gonna call that hypocrisy.
Hey.
I'm gonna call that hypocrisy, everybody.
Oh,
if you've got...
That is my second bingo on this
Oh,
card.
hey! If you have hypocrisy, please mark that off. I'm gonna... Oh, God.
I haven't had hypocrisy on any of my cards tonight, actually.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah. It's only come up the once, so it hasn't mattered much, but yeah.
I just played a
do we
tiefling because I'm
have-
going to VIP ticket to hell. That's right.
Did we have surprise prediction contradiction of the cast?
No. I don't think so.
I have it, but... Oh, no, on my card.
Yeah, we haven't
it.
called it, no. I don't think
Yes.
any of us has gotten that, unfortunately.
I think I ticked it off, so I'm down to one bingo.
Okay,
right now.
gotcha. I hope his mom watches his videos. He's not wrong about that. It just screams of I'm 14 and this is deep.
Yeah, you're gonna find that that's a lot of his.
That's
content.
most of it. Hell, he's glorified D&D at this point to something that we all already knew that it did with fancy words, so that you didn't immediately think that it did what it did, but we all know that it does. So,
I got a question for the editor and the uploader.
Hello.
Have we made a playlist in the channel of specifically all the Garibay videos?
I haven't, and that is a good idea.
That is something we should do.
Okay, I'll work on that tomorrow. Yeah.
Because that's something you could probably do really easily.
Yeah, for sure. I can literally just put
you just
Garibay.
search all the videos and be like, oh, add.
Yeah,
done.
for sure. Yeah, good fucking call.
Add that to the list.
Yes.
Right? What it then does is it says, hey, your player character is going to choose one of these gods from the pantheon, right? And it says, and then it's like, you're going to have a relation, and it does, you don't have to just be a cleric, right? And so then also, like, if you say, okay, well, my player character, my fighter, does.
So, I've been doing some thinking about Garibay's, like, 5e asking you what kind of morality you have. And I just realized that on the character sheet, when you write your god down, that's a blank right next to your alignment. And I can see him going, oh, well, this isn't a thou shalt have no other gods before me, like, fiasco. This is what God does my character worship. And then, like, I just want to say, well, what about your alignment?
Yeah.
That was asking you which alignment.
Exactly.
That's
so it should be asking you, do you worship Bahamut?
Yeah.
If we're gonna take the logic in the way that he has presented, absolutely. If we didn't have hypocrisy before, we would have it again.
Yeah. Double hypocrisy.
Doesn't have a god. Why? He's seen the power of these gods on the field. He knows their power is real. He knows their power of the world is.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, here's the thing.
It's almost like the only things worthy of being called gods are ones that are easily observable
in this game. Yeah, for sure.
Weird.
And I mean, it's not like you can't have the opinion of, sure, there are lots of gods, but they live up in their golden castles or their dark fortresses down up high or down below.
Yep.
But you know what? All I see around me is humanity, so I'm gonna believe in myself.
Yeah. Well, so here's my, like, you can have it so that they believe in all this stuff, but they don't follow a specific one.
Exactly.
Like, in general, you can have them just make offerings to all of the gods in D&D. Like, you have your god of travel, your god of the hearth, all that kind of stuff, because that's another faith system that has been a thing in real life, so you can probably emulate that pretty easily in D&D, because literally all of them, like, all of the good gods all have different aspects that are part of the life of your character. So why not have them just be respect every single one and give them all their offerings, but not just follow one specifically,
Yeah, that's actually, I'm honestly kind of genuinely ashamed that I have never actually considered that.
It's fair enough.
Alejo, you should know that it's not said as in real life. It's said as in IRL real life.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right.
No, that's IRL EARTH.
Oh, yeah.
God. Disgusting.
I hate.
Now mute me.
In REALEAORTH. And Bingo was his name-o.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I honestly really, I like that kind of thing
Yeah.
where, like, let's say you start a campaign where your characters are like high level, like you make a level 10 character.
Yeah.
And the entire premise is the gods are like, hey, this guy's kind of a fucking hero. He's gone around and done some shit. He's level 10. He and all his companions level 10. But none of them worship any of the gods in particular.
Yeah.
They know they exist, but like, we did this on our own. We have like arcane magic healers and shit, or you know, we have healers that don't do that, or we have potions specifically. We are doing this through the power of humanity and mortals. And the gods are like, you know, that's pretty fucking cool. I want you to worship me. And they're still like, no. And so the whole campaign is the gods trying to get them to worship them. Or apply or whatever, you know? That would actually be really cool.
Yeah, it'd be a super
where it's
cool
all about building up mortals.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It would be
and
really
it would
cool.
Also have that really interesting twist, or not really a twist, but you know, that interesting plot element where the gods only are, at least in D&D, they're really only as powerful as the amount of worshippers they have. Because once they lose all their worship, they fucking wither away to nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They depend on mortals just as much as mortals depend on them.
Yeah. I think it's just one of those things of when you make a god more human, you know, it's always more interesting than having them just be a force that's there and omnipotent, you know?
Yes.
Flaws.
Thankfully,
and all that
there
kind of
are
stuff.
no omnipotent gods in D&D.
No,
No
exactly.
omnipotence, no omniscience.
Yes, exactly.
Not
they're
even
all...
Thorisdun, if you know who he is.
I do not, but yeah, no, it's one of those cool aspects that you can explore that way. And it's just one of those things that, because I think of like stories like Heracles, where he was the son of the gods, you know, he was himself a demigod, but he like didn't necessarily worship one, and they all helped him in his things, and he, you know, respected all of them, and it's just one of those things where it's just like, why not have that kind of aspect for your characters? And yeah, I don't see why having them, like, you can still have your clerics and stuff, but they just worship the pantheon, you know?
Yes.
And they just get, like, they can take their domains and stuff because that's what they specialize in, but it's not necessarily because one god is above any of the others, right? It's just the fact that they are like, oh, I'm more into healing, so I'm gonna specialize in that, or all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just
there's a lot of interesting shit you can do with the gods, and specifically not having them be the typical worshipy relationship.
100%. Yeah.
So I would like to pose a question to the table.
Sure.
Okay.
And I would like you two to be honest with me, and also with yourself.
Okay.
Would you have the bravery to upload a video to YouTube in which you spelled Earth wrong?
Now, okay, would that need to be like me saying EARTH, or like typing it and it's like in text in the video?
Like he did. Like where he said EAROTH.
Oh, did he?
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
It was in the last video.
Oh, was it?
Oh, I didn't notice
I missed it. Oh god. Okay. Would I have the like? No.
Like knowingly do it?
No.
Not, no.
I having like looking at it. I mean, if I were to look at the video and like have an inkling that I did something wrong, and then look at it and then go, oh, I said this wrong.
Oh, I misspelled that. Oops, let me fix that.
I would go, I would re-record it and fix it. Yeah. But like, I assume
if the video was meant to be a meme, I would.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Make it a shit post. Yeah.
So what I know, what I'm pretty sure his process is he records the video, then he goes into YouTube Studio app, and he just puts upload. He doesn't touch it because it's on his phone. He just puts it up immediately. That's why it's this quality. That's why it's all this. So he never looks at it.
Consciousness.
Yeah, exactly. He never looks at it, and he never even considers that he did something like that. But no, I would not have that courage if I knew about it.
Alejo, could you post me the link to the last video
Yes,
we did,
so
and
that you
I will
can
find it for you guys?
timestamp that. Absolutely. Here you go. This was the last one there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Going to mute the call.
Sure.
Okay.
I got some stuff to read anyway. What god do you worship? I worship your mom. There you go. What would Garibay think about a character working with Tiamat? Oh, they're evil and they're going to hell. That is what he would think.
Obviously.
Have an evil character who does Saloon's will on accident, so he's always upset that everyone around him thrives due to his actions, sort of like the mighty monarch from Venture Brothers. Yep. There you go.
Yep.
This is unknowable stuff, and I'm just going to define myself. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He does have custom gods, though. Who does? Did I miss something before? Oh, wait, I think you were talking about... Oh, yeah, Koibu DM does really good shit with his gods in his campaign. He does have custom gods, though. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, I have custom gods for my world. I know Aiden does. And we didn't for Boo's campaign because it was set in...
It was set in, like, the Faerun version of Hell,
Yes.
but after this, it's going to be set in a different... the next time we play, I don't know if by the time we get around to my Material World campaign, we will have probably swapped over to Pathfinder, so the gods may be different.
Yeah.
But what I will probably do in that one is I'm going to have kind of a hodgepodge of Pathfinder gods and D&D 4E elemental princes, because I think they are super cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Like, that cosmology is really interesting to me. I love it.
Most deities in real folklore don't see all or know all. They just watch over their domain and whatever comes within that domain. It makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, hell, some gods, even like the popular, quote unquote, ones were like bastards as well, because I know that Odin.
Yes.
Odin was not really worshipped so much as he
No.
was like revered and kind
Exactly.
of just respected, because the thing is, he would be like, well, I need some dudes for Valhalla. So, you know what? You're a good warrior. I'm going to send you to a battle where you die.
Yeah, exactly.
And straight up.
Yep.
He was not a nice man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's absolutely cool. There's a meme.
Oh god, what now?
Hold on, I gotta put
Is
it
it
up
another
for
one,
everybody.
or
It's
Arnold Light and Cook.
I haven't seen that yet. Hold on, I gotta put it
yeah.
up for everybody. Oh my god. Where's memes? There they are. I love this. Oh, hold on, everybody.
It's very good.
I always love a good fucking meme.
The way he talks is too dense for me to parse through. I would have to rewatch all of the videos.
I understand. Have you seen the
Fair.
meme in our memes channel of our
I have
enlightened
not.
cook?
Oh no.
I just love it. It's so simple, but I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always so quick.
It
Like,
really
goddamn.
is. It really, really, really is. Thank you, Pizza Funk. I appreciate it.
Very good.
All right. Let's see. Do you even believe for a second that he doesn't just record these and immediately upload them? Low key, he probably just records the video on the upload feature. Yes, exactly. That's what I think.
Yeah, probably.
He can record vids with YouTube. Every time you see that feature, you ask yourself who in the right mind uses it. True. He even used different editions for different time periods of his lore. Oh, really? For Koibu? Excuse me. That's cool.
Nice.
All his campaigns take place in the same place. Neat. That's very cool. I do like epoch kind of stories. Those are very interesting.
Yes.
Anyway, let's close this one out, boys. Here we go.
It's incredible. Why does he not worship, right? And so there's this very personal, direct right, question from Dungeons and Dragons is, now that you know there's a god, what is your interaction with that god? Do you worship them? Do you ignore them? Do you try to stay out of their view? Right? And then the other thing is,
that's an interesting question. It's not one that D&D asks, like in the text.
It's really not.
So I don't like. That's a cool inference and question that you got from thinking about D&D. I like that, Garibay. Good job. You did it. An agreeable take, actually.
Oh my god.
So there you go.
Oh, you know what? I fucked because we were done after this video. I closed my card. That is okay.
Well, if you have an agreeable take on your bingo card, please mark it. But yeah, no, I like that as a thought. Absolutely.
What is your relationship to other religions, right? Other gods, right? And it asks this very directly, right?
No, it doesn't.
And it's asking it of the player character, but the question is really, what is your, it's saying, what is your, D&D is saying, we know, actually, D&D is essentially saying, hey, you're sitting here, right? You're in for 2 to 4 hours. We know you're an intellectual, right? We can explore that together. We can sharpen your intellect. But what is your emotional state and what is your spiritual state? Dungeons and Dragons is asking very directly, what is your spiritual state? Where are you at spiritually? And it's pretty profound. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear you.
My humble opinion, I think we already got it, but if you got it, parked.
Yep.
He's parking. Oh my god. There you go. God. And also, again, you've pointed at us before, but it's just literally, my narrative is that this is asking the player character until it isn't. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just trust what I'm saying and only think about what I'm saying. That's it.
Yeah.
But don't think about it too hard because you'll see through my lies.
Your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider liking and subscribing. And
hey, if you have it, you should do looks at camera.
Oh, we don't have that. That's not a thing.
No,
we don't have that. But that's a good shout. Yeah, we don't have that.
I could have sworn we had that, and we were like, oh, you know what? So that was one where. When he was pissed about D&D Be Gone, I was like, man, he's never looked at the camera. Then after that, he looked at the camera, and I'm like, oh, and then that was the birth of Surprise Prediction.
That's true, yes. But looks at camera is a good shout. I'll put that as an addition, because sometimes he just ends it without, like, looking at the camera to stop it. So, yeah, absolutely.
That was awful.
It was
Aiden.
So bad. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I hope that everybody enjoyed our misery.
And then just don't forget that you'll have a bingo prize to give out.
I have many bingo prizes to give out. Yes. So if you're part of the stuff here and you want bingo stuff, hey, I'll find you in our Discord. And if you're not in our Discord, I will find you another way.
And he's got 99 sets of dice.
That's right, so... I do have so many sets of dice, and that is one of the options. If you want a set of dice, thank you. You've actually reminded me. I didn't say that in the beginning. If you want a set of dice, we've got, 4 wins that I can dish out things. So if you want a set of free dice from the 99 reserves that I have, that can be one of yours.
Get them while they last.
That's right. They're lasting so long.
They've lasted a very long time. How long ago did you get those anyway?
That was like year 2, I want to say.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
we've given away 1 in 3 years.
We've sold 1.
By the time we finish it, we will have had 3. No,
we've technically.
What would that be, like 40 generations past us?
That's right. We've technically given away. I think at the time, it was. Let's see. It was 11 total, because I think it was 10 from all of us as well as Brogan and the patrons we had at the time. Maybe 12. But yeah, like in total, and I'm including the one that was bought. So yeah. Anyway, regardless, still 99 of them. But speaking of, at this moment in time, I'm gonna go over the spiel of the shilling and stuff. I'm not gonna read comments. I apologize, but it's Garibay. You can't expect me to do more afterwards. He makes me want to die. So, if you're gonna step out for this, this little shill session of all this stuff, if you're in the audience, or if you're one of these lovely people beside me, you can, and I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. If either of you want to take an early start or early out, you can.
I shall do so, I believe.
Yeah, I believe I will as well. Oh.
Okay. Well, before I do that, Aiden, are you available after 6 tomorrow? 6 our time.
Yeah, sure. What you need?
Well, I want to do the Delta Green thing again, if you want.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So after 6, we can do that all together. Cool. All right.
All right.
Cool.
Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Take it easy. Great podcast, and welcome to the new person. I already forgot your name. I'm sorry.
JP.
JP.
There
Welcome, JP. I hope you. I hope I didn't scare you away by asking for money. That is a running gag that me and Aiden do all the fucking time.
It is.
Not actually being serious, but I would love some money.
All
I'll
right.
let you decide if that was a joke or not.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Right.
Go on.
Goodbye.
See you guys.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us for another podcast episode, for another Garibingo. I will, of course, put all your names in a hat, and by a hat, I mean a wheel. I think probably it'll be the easiest thing, and I will pick names at random and give stuff out. And if you don't want it, you'll just let me know, and we'll be fine. Have you seen the Yellow King? It's the yellow sign. But also, no. Can't be in just a traffic stop? No, can't be. For the parked thing. It's either 10 seconds in traffic or actually parking. Anyway, my spiritual state is my business, Mr. Garibay. True. What is your relation with Heaven's Gate? There you go, Pizza Funk. Jeez. D&D isn't saying shit. You're just hearing voices in your head. True. Anyway. So, as is the spiel, if you're here to listen to it, I would like to, of course, let you know that you can, for free, subscribe, leave a comment, like the podcast, like the VOD when it comes out, watch the VOD when it comes out. Thank you so much if you do. It's a way to support us for free, and we appreciate it immensely. We get random people to join us on occasion, and that's sick as hell. We rarely see new blood, so thank you for hanging out. Anyway, that being said, a special thank you to sure would be nice if YouTube let you edit messages when you fuck up, wouldn't it? Yes. A special thank you goes out to our table flippers over on Patreon. We have a Patreon that you can go and join. You know, I don't really show the actual page for the Patreon. I just show the names. So I'm going to do that real quick. Hey, there you go. There's the Patreon right there. I haven't updated that for a little bit, but, yeah, you can go over there and join the Patreon and, all that kind of stuff if you wish. And there's also the Ko-fi that you can join for exactly the same benefits. Become a table flipper over there, or send a one-time donation if you wish. These are, of course, our table flippers that I will thank. Those of you in Tier 4, that being Draco Kraken, Rick, aka Unit Rico, and Steely. Appreciate you immensely. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been doing all these years now. It's ridiculous, and we really appreciate it. You are why we can afford the site, as well as the music that we are going to be using a lot more in the coming campaign and such, as well as whatever else that we need, as well as giving away things to you guys out there in TV land. So yeah, thank you. And a thank you, of course, goes to Crimson Rose Armok, aka Shin. In Tier 2, your contribution is well appreciated. thank you. You also help with all of the things mentioned before. Of course, all of you do. And a thank you to our Tier 1 contributors. Appreciate you all. Again, those links are in the description, so you can go and find them and join the Patreon, patreon.com/tabletalkdnd, or the Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/tabletalkcrew. I think I might change the Patreon to say that as well, because that's way more catchy and all that kind of stuff. Either way, you can also go and get our logo that we use over on TeePublic on whatever you want over there. Go for it. It's some neat stuff. The poster is the only thing that I wouldn't recommend, because this logo has a few spots that are shown if you get it blown up that I didn't realize. So I should just deactivate the posters, unfortunately. Though if you don't care about them and they're just like part of the wall dressing for you, hey, go for it. I can't stop you. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your dad. Anyway, another way to support us is going over at our site, tabletalkdnd.us. Going to the support us page, it has all the things that I've talked about, as well as the things that I will talk about, as well as you can buy the dice if you don't get them through a free means, such as me giving them to you because of the wins of this Garibingo stuff. These are our custom dice. Go get them if you want to. The only way to pay for them is through PayPal, I think, still. Unfortunately, but they are there and available. And of course, last but not least, we are partnered with Humble Bundle, as you can see in the bottom left down there. And in the description, we have a link that allows you to go on Humble, and anything you buy through it can support us, as well as Tabletop Alliance, who is also linked in the description, so you can find out about their charity work that they do using tabletop things. Right now, I've said it before, the bundle that I would highly, highly, highly recommend is the Delta Green bundle. It's fucking awesome, Delta Green. If you don't already know, of course, I love Delta Green. I've done some stuff with people so far that I still have to put up, like, that was done like a year ago at this point. I'm sorry. That is out there that is really cool. So go and fall in love with Delta Green like me, potentially. And if you don't, hey, that's cool. It's whatever. Yeah, I mean, whatever else you want through the store and the choice as well. Humble is a great site. I like it a lot. Anyway, I think that's it, unless I'm forgetting anything else, which I could very well be. But regardless, that's enough shilling from me. You already know, if you're not new, how to support us financially if you choose to, but of course, only if you choose to, and only if you're financially able. Please do not feel pressured to support us financially if you don't wish to. That is entirely up to you. But thank you. And thank you again for hanging out with us for the evening. For all 4 fucking hours of this. Not the longest we've done, but it's been a long one for the first time in a little while. So, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Go on, get out of here. It's cool. I'll be over here. I'll lock up when you're gone. So, yeah, don't worry about it. Go on. You can. I'll see you next week. We'll all see you next week. So, it's cool. I'll just stay here. Yep. All right. Bye.